What up, what up, what up? It's your boy Woody, and good morning, Age of Origins! We have a new officer coming out on the 15th. On the 15th, the officer is coming out, ladies and gentlemen, and no one knows exactly what this officer, Freya, whatever you want to call her, is going to do. In the speculations that we have, does someone have the actual the writing that the VIPs and Camel put into there? Um, exactly, so we can get into it. And because there was the actual special skill that I seen was what armored. What is it? Armored assault. And the only thing I can get, yeah, there it is, right there. Thank you, Kent. So we get into this, and I'll blow this up for y'all so you can see. So this came from the VIP Maria. So the super officer of Age of Origins is about to make her debut, whatever. The silent and noble Freya. Am I saying that right? Freya. I feel that I'm saying it wrong. But anyways, will conquer your
Freya.
Freya. Okay, Freya will
Yeah.
conquer your heart with her unique disposition and unparalleled battle skills. Wearing the gorgeous battle armor, of course, and the sparkling energy blade in hand, Freya, whatever, will MB the Queen battlefield and be to be invisible. Her exclusive skill, here it is, armored assault. Armored assault. Now, I've heard people say, "Well, is this the passive skill, or is this going to be the breakthrough skill?" I don't know. I'm assuming it's going to be the passive skill, but you never know. That might be a breakthrough skill. We won't know until it actually is released in either tonight or tomorrow night. Either way. Uh, Anyways, is like a fierce tiger, charging in a skill, leaving the enemy with nowhere to run. Under her guidance, you will display unparalleled power and majestic on the battlefield. Are you ready for Freya?
Hey,
So
what did you notice? One word in there? Charging.
charging, I did notice that. Charging. So that kind of like, is it like an amplified thing?
Sounds like it's gonna
It's going to
impact.
amplify.
That's what it sounds like.
So I mean that's going to be when being that charging and amplifying, that would kind of like lean me more towards a breakthrough skill
Yep.
versus a passive.
Yep. It's gonna increase
Ooh.
over so many seconds or something like that. Like it takes so many seconds to pop.
Well, I mean that would make sense because I mean all the other attacks in the game, that's the way it works, right?
Yep. So
So
you're right.
what does this mean? So speculations are saying, and this is my speculation and only my speculation, is that the armored part of it, that word armored, um, I'll bring it up again. That word armored right there. What other what other skill has that same word? What other skill has that same word in it? I know you guys all know.
Nope.
Nope. Okay, so the only thing that I can see that has that word armored in it is in your plane. Okay, so again, just speculations. Um, in the
What's
lab,
up, Ruby?
hey, what's up, Barca? So in the
How you doing,
lab,
buddy?
how about doing okay? Just got off work. So in the lab, we got armored piercing laser. So what I'm thinking, and guys, this is just speculating. When I'm thinking that word armor assault might go hand in hand with this right here with the armor piercing laser. I could be wrong. And no one's really gonna know until it's released. But if that is the case, what do you guys think about that? Do you think that's just going to be a fucking smack to the front line, or do you think that's going to? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, the the charging skill. That's what's kind of getting me right there. The whole charging thing. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? I want to hear what you guys think about this. Wow, everyone talk at once, please.
Maybe a plane officer, the new Freya.
Well, it's going to be an break drill master officer, so it's literally going to be in here. Um, we haven't seen it yet, but so It's going to be in here. Another question about that is going to be, are they going to open up another spot? It's obviously going to be right here, but are we going to be able to hold six of them, or do we got to switch out one of these to carry it? Now, if they made you switch out to carry it, that's going to really, really, really mess up a lot of people's builds to carry that. What do you guys think about that?
I think they'll let us have six.
You think you'll let us have six? That would be badass if they did. That would be badass. So another thing I heard about is that people were speculating on is, what if this is a reduction towards melee HP? Melee HP, the one thing that we do not have yet to
Because when they
reduce.
added Selena, they didn't make us choose.
That's true. That is true. But that doesn't mean that they won't make us choose. It might make it down like how Warfare is, like how we just like forgot about Kingsley.
I think they'll stop at 6. I
Yeah.
think there'll be 6 slots total, and if they come out with a new drill master, then you'll have to choose after 6.
No, I think they come out with a strategy and director before they come out with a new drill master.
Agreed,
I
because they
agree-
already adjusted.
I agree with
page
you.
for it.
I
Yeah.
just think there's no way they're gonna limit us to 5. The space is there. I think it's gonna be 6 drill, 6 war, and I agree with you. I think it's unlikely that they'll come out with a 7th drill master before they go back to the other officers.
No,
I think
it'll
we're
be a
gonna.
strategy after drill for sure.
They definitely
Yeah,
need a, they
agree.
definitely need a fucking strategy, because there's just too many whales out there that you can't touch. You can't touch their city. They sit there literally disrespectful in front of your hive, and you just can't touch them.
Yep.
You can't touch them. So I mean, they definitely need a strategy officer, and that will actually make your fleet bigger. Can you imagine 70 people with a large? We'll just throw a number out like 700,000 in a troop, in their fleet. You do the math. That's a lot of freaking. You might not be able to burn a fully maxed troop city, but you're definitely gonna hurt him. You're definitely gonna hurt him. He's gonna start spending on troops again.
What's 60 accounts with an extra 50K troops? What does that equate to?
Don't, dude. I just got off work. Do not make me start fucking trying to do that. Like literally, don't do that to me.
9 million.
I'll get the calculator.
Don't do that to me, please.
It's 9
So
million.
that's 3 million troops extra in the battle with
60
60 people if they did 50K troops.
Oh, I thought you said 150.
Well, what is a
So if they did 100K fleet, what is a Saki or Morgan increase with a triple S on both?
fuck, I forget. I don't know. I think it's like 1 times 2 or 1.5.
It's
for
40,000. It's
I mean, that's
40,000
I think it's more
with
than
the
that.
unworldly. No, it's 40,000 with. I'm looking at it. It's 40,000 with triple S level 30s, and then you also with what is it, Morgan? You get the one of them. Oh, one of the things increases the deal too.
Yeah, by 25%. So
So you get another plus 25%. So yeah, it's well over what 60, 65,000, 75,000 troops.
so okay. So now imagine
Woo!
so imagine a 700,000 fleet, right? Imagine that, and now the troop extensions. Because the troop extensions are a percentage. They're not just like here's 10,000 more. No, it's a percentage.
For you, boo boo.
Yeah, so it's a percentage of that. So imagine that, like that would make a big difference. Imagine going from I don't know, like 17.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, if
Is
you get what to
there- does
75K
it
troops,
matter?
that's
Although
25 million.
Woody, the percentage it's not just a straight percentage on the top. It's only impacts certain aspects of the fleet size.
Well,
So
I
I get
understand.
your point. I'm just saying that it may not be as big as just looking at the percentage added on top.
Makes sense. Well, it's the same as the fleet expansions and all that.
Yeah. Like
So a
30%.
10% fleet expansion is what? How many troops does that give? 20?
20 or
Well, yeah,
20,
that's my
25, 20, right around there, yeah.
That's
So
my
if that's
point.
that's a 55, 60,000 plus another 40. That's almost 100,000 increase if that happened.
Yeah. That's what I was
Although,
saying.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
yeah, I guess my point is that the new stuff that's been added for fleet for example, like island stuff and that sort of thing,
Yeah.
that doesn't get factored into the 25% item. So there may not be an increase in troops from using an item depending on how they word the new officer. That's my point.
Well, if they
Yeah,
were
but
if they worded it like an overall, that would include the island. If they did it like that,
yeah,
but
I still
it'd
think
have
you're
to
looking at
be
75 to 100K more.
that would be intense. That would be
Yeah,
intense.
you got if you do 100K, 60 people, that's 6 million
Yeah.
troops more in a battle.
Hmm.
Now you're changing the game.
Well, I mean, now you're getting those big old whales to spend on troops again.
Yeah.
That's what you're doing.
Yeah, now you're going up to a 400 million fleet. Maybe even 450 is not safe.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right on that too. Absolutely right on that. I'm wondering. Let's just say that we'll go back to the Freya officer. What if this is the melee HP reducer?
Nah,
Don't say nah. Just
nah,
what if it is? Every single person is like 1800 to 1700 melee HP. What if this is the difference maker in that?
nah.
No, you can say nah all you want, but I'm just saying. I mean, you'd
Well, we
still.
all know it's going to be. We know it's going to be an MRA player or officer, so it's going to have an
Ah,
MRA attack.
I don't know if it's gonna
Uh,
be mid range. It could be.
Based off history, it's also going to have. Well, yeah, because you have 30% difference between it, and every single one that's ever dropped has been every other. And
It could be.
currently,
What if
LRA has a 90 to 60
what if it's a
attack advantage.
what if it's a melee?
Nah, nah,
Flex nuts will be regretting quitting.
right? Return to the
I be calling Flex like, "Hey man, get back in the game. You just got an officer for you."
That's funny. No, it'll be MRA. I'm sure of that. But you'll get 30%. But I'm also my big factor is will it have a melee HP, which I believe it will. Unless it doesn't, and it has what you're talking about.
I think though, Woody, that's going to play. I think the impact is going to be on the meta for maxed players who are deciding between melee HP and other things for their drill masters.
Right.
Because in big attacks, you're going to average that stat. And so I think it's just not going to make a huge difference. It's not going to be a whale killer. I think it's going to be more of a one-on-one impact. That's the meta that's going to get impacted.
Well, she's also. I gotta pull the picture of her back up. Um, I'll post it in. No, that's
Like,
not.
say it was a reduce melee HP, and say it was the passive skill and the max was, I don't know, 40%.
Right.
That 40% is the max possible. But when you have a team attack where people have different levels of officers, they're going to take the average of that percentage. And so it's not going to be like, oh, 5 people attacking each reduce the melee HP by
No.
40%, you know?
It wouldn't do that. No, it definitely would not do that. If that was the
So
case, the guy would be down to fucking zero.
yeah, so I
You know?
think it's going to impact more kind of 1v1 battles, which you'll see in Triangle War, Duel of Dominance, and then people are going to have to decide, well, is the lost melee HP something that I need to take into account in my Drill Master 6-star skills? Or I think the war officers, people tend to agree on what's the right choice for LRA and MRA. But we're still learning about the drill masters. We're still fiddling with it,
Yeah.
figuring out what the best setup is. So I think
So
that's where you'll see the impact.
so as you see this big ass sword, and then they got that little android looking thing. Obviously we know camel. Camel don't add things like this unless it's for a reason. So with this little freaking android looking flying disc, whatever you want to call it, that kind of makes me think that armored assault might have nothing to do with this. I think that's going to be the passive, or no, it's going to be a breakthrough because it's going. Maybe does have to do with that.
Hey, Woody, if you look at the 5 drill officers, the main skill that they come with,
Yeah,
that we all level up to 20.
correct.
You've only got 2 choices between all 5 officers. You've either got mid-range killer / long-range killer,
Yeah,
or you've got melee killer, or sorry, that's the same one. Or you have mid range weaken and long range weaken. Those are the only slash in there. So those are the only two options that all 5 officers have. So it'd have to be an unworldly skill if they were going to do a reduction for the melee.
Yeah, it would have to be. Yeah.
Because look at all 5 officers are the same, and right now you have
Well,
3 versus
I'm talking
2.
about like this skill right here, like the managed skill part of it. Like how these are all different for all of them, but
Well, I'm talking about the main one that
yeah, you're
comes
talking
on there.
about these 3 right here.
Let me see what you're looking at. Hold on.
You're talking about these right here.
Yes, that's on the right there.
I'm
Those correct. All 5 of those. There's only 2 different specs.
I'm talking about this one. Like,
Okay, that's what you're saying. Yeah, but they've never done a melee.
well, yeah, but this is a different. This
Did,
is a new officer. It might be different. You
have
know.
they done a reduction on any of those officers in that spot ever?
I don't. Well, right here, reducing all enemy troops, HP, defense. You know,
See, so you
I,
already have it.
that's
Gotcha.
not. Yeah, but that's not shit, dude.
Gotcha.
That's 55%. Come on, man.
Well, that's a lot, Woody.
Yeah, that's not that much.
That's a lot.
It's not that much. Don't go there.
Well, let me take 55% of your melee off. HP.
No,
Let me see how you feel.
no. I'll feel naked. I'll feel naked.
Do yourself and handicap yourself next time we battle.
And this is obviously this is increased. Well, what if it's what if it's an increased attack?
Yeah.
Have you noticed all
it'll
those
be
drill masks?
there will be a 2. There will be a 2. Remember, you have of and 2. So there
Yeah.
will be
Yeah.
a 2 because every single drill officer has a 2.
Yep, and I got the of and the 2. I made sure to get those both.
So now, if you look, you can look at each officer. So which is that an LRA? Is there an attack on there? So that's an of. So that means it will not have a attack of melee on there. And I'm basing it off history.
Right.
On all 5
This is like 2.
because that's an LRA officer.
Correct. This is the long range officer. So
Correct.
2 is
So
long
that won't have
range,
that.
meaning like 2 long range, meaning you're applying the attack to their actual only their long range from that.
Correct. So that's going to
So
be
this skill-
it'll be
this-
the opposite skills on that one for the next one.
Correct. People are learning right now. They're like, what? What?
Well, all you got to do is you can literally go through them.
Well, you think about it like this. You think about it like this. You got what 95%, or we'll just say 90. We'll use that. 90% of the game is long range. So having one for mid range, you're eliminating 90% of possible of players that will do nothing for. You know what I mean?
But they've been balancing it. They've been balancing it. The whole game is about balance. You know that builds are about balance.
Builds are
Everything
about balance.
is about balance.
Yeah, builds are
The
about
fleet
balance.
setup is about balance. Every single thing in this game is about balance. You don't raise your male Titan to 45 and leave a 20 female Titan. Although I believe somebody did do that.
We won't say no names.
I
We won't
believe
say no
somebody did do
names.
that. But it's all about balance.
Another thing I wanted to mention, like guys, save these. Save as much money, many of these you can, because I believe, like they did with Selena, they're probably going to add this officer to the pool too. And I would personally not like the day they add it to the pool. I wouldn't use them yet. Personally, I would not use. I would wait a week before, or maybe a couple of days after it's getting added to the pool to actually use them. You know what I mean? You think about this. Something gets added to a pool. How do you get more? How do you get more money out of them? Well, lower percentage that it's going to drop. People are just going to keep spending more and more and more. Maybe drop 1 or 2 here and there, but after in time, the percentage is going to get bigger. Does that make sense? And with these ones here, I know people use these every day. I save these because I've been getting a lot of freaking drill masters coming out of these blue ones. A lot of them. Like I've been getting a lot of Selenas out of these blue ones, and that's crazy. But I've been getting a lot of them, so that's why I'm saving those. Have you guys been noticing that too, or no?
Yeah.
Let's see, at least it's not just me. At least it's not just me. So, have you guys been saving? Other than you, Justin Tip, you already said you haven't been. I gave you the hint to save, but you didn't save. You used it. So let's say that let's say her let's say it is a melee reduced HP. How is this going to affect? We'll just say whale versus whale. Anyone? How would you think this is going to affect it?
I think it's going to affect how people set up their drill master 6 stars.
So you
That's where I think it's going to have the biggest effect, or it might not at all. We're going to have to see how the meta plays out.
yeah. I mean, if you reduce the melee HP, or what if it's
There's
like,
just
oh man,
The
it's
thing is like when you're on talking about a whale level, everybody has level 55. Everyone has full 6 star. Everyone has SS or triple S 6 star skills.
correct.
So the variability is the skills that you select. Everybody's got their plane maxed out, you know?
Yeah.
So I think the only area where you can shift levers is in your selection of the skills. And I don't know the drill master 6 star options well enough to know like which drill masters you might be looking at changing. But I think high level you'll be thinking about, do I need to increase my melee HP to counteract this? Is there a melee HP skill that I should be taking that's going to be more advantageous than another option that's available? Who's got melee HP? Eric and Caddy, maybe?
I think there's actually quite a bit of them. So Caddy has it. Um, okay, Caddy has it.
Well, but
Shut
I
up! Shut
think
up! I think I know Eric has it. No, he doesn't.
no, it'll just be interesting to see how that plays out, you know? And
Yeah,
another thing about the whales is, which is good for the rest of us, is that they've got the money to change things out
and
and not really feel it as
test it out.
much.
Yeah, and they're able to test it out quite a bit.
So the rest of us should just wait for the whales to figure out, what's helping and and then make our selections. It's going to take some of us a little while to even get to that point,
Well,
you know?
here's the thing. Here's the thing. Um, things are changing in the game. Like old builds are changing, new builds are changing. Like the game is set up to where you're literally going to change your build many, 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 many times to counter different builds. And like seriously, guys, like whales literally will have a shitload of these. Just so if they go up against a nation such as a really heavy mid-range nation, they're going to change some of the skills out to counter that. That's I mean, there's very few little things that you can do, but I mean there are things that you can do against a mid-range nation. But that's what a lot of people don't understand. Like they think it, oh, I got 1,000, I'm gonna change it. Don't ever change it at 1,000, guys. Don't ever do that. Wait till you get 2,000. You change it, you don't like it, and you don't got the extra 1,000. You're waiting 3 months before you can change that back. So that's never ever change it as soon as you get 1,000. Wait till you get 2,000. So if you don't like it, you can change it back. Period. That's probably like the best advice I can give to anyone about that. And Purge, sorry I had to mute you, but I can literally hear you either driving or a plane plane going above you or something. So I had to mute you. Sorry, man. Usually never mute Purge, but he's very very loud.
That's my fault. Sorry, Woody. The only other thing I would add on the 1,000 books is what I would do is when you get 1,000 is use the 1,000 as kind of your safety net, and instead of rolling, locking 4 on your roll, so it costs you 5 frags, just lock 3, and that'll cost you a little, a frag less, which over the long term can make a difference. And then if you're just trying to get one SSS skill, as long as one of them flips, you can use that 1,000 that you have as a backstop. Doesn't matter if you get one triple S and one shitty blue. You've got that triple S pick one option to cover you, and
Yeah,
I think that's another way to use those books as a safety net.
I agree 100% with you. Um, I have noticed, for say, when you start from scratch, these are all level ones and whatnot, and you're going to start remodeling. By time you get through all of these, you're literally freaking probably get like 2, maybe 3 possible triple S's that you wanted, and you use the frags for the last 2 or possibly 3. That's kind of what I've noticed in a long time, in the long run. Because I mean, I've rolled so many fucking times. Remember back in the days where literally you're rolling everything all the fucking time, and it was crazy. Like the more you get, the more you see. I'll tell you that right now. Like, dude, it's crazy. But anyways, so if let's say let's just say this the new officer. Let's just say okay, it is a drill master. We all know it is going to be a drill master. Let's say if it is only to where they won't allow you to have 6. Which one of these would be comparable to drop out? And
Mm,
how would you determine which one to drop out at?
it's not gonna be able. Do they have a spot for the drill masters?
That doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to allow you to have all 6 at once. Is what I'm saying.
They're gonna do that
I'm
because they
just
wouldn't leave space open otherwise.
sure they would. Sure they would.
Okay.
Look at Kingsley. Well, no, I think you're actually right on
What?
that. They wouldn't.
What?
Kingsley
Really,
is.
they're not gonna. Yeah, they're not gonna. They're gonna. There's gonna be a drill master. The only difference is I'm curious why they said war. It's a new officer is coming to the war, so I'm thinking it's not war officers
Because
coming to the war.
this is a war game.
Yeah, so that's where it's going. It's gonna go to to that spot right there. I don't know who that dude was that was talking, trying to give people freaking advice on how to roll. You don't know what you're talking about, bro.
We're not going to have an argument in here. I
Yeah,
don't.
no, I just
We're
wanted to
not
let that know
arguing.
because I don't know. I'm not arguing either. I'm just saying facts. Like you don't roll like that. You try to tell people how to roll the maximum amount. They're gonna be spending the most amount of frags. You don't roll like that. Don't tell people how to do that shit,
Raz, we can disagree offline. I'll fight you.
dude. I was not disagreeing. You're telling people thousands, well, hundreds of people that are listening to this chat. You're telling people how to roll their frags, and you're absolutely entirely wrong. You don't do it like that. And I'm gonna check you right now.
Okay,
Let's do this. When we're not live, please. For
Raz,
once, guys.
Raz,
Let's not
Raz,
do
make a
this.
video, man. There are a bunch of people
Raz,
that don't know how to do it, man. Just make a video if you think he's wrong, and then we can
Raz.
share it.
Let's.
Wait.
So when
Let
you roll
me
frags,
let me clarify one thing first, Raz. I'm talking about situations where you have 4 triple S that are skills that you like. You've only got one that you still need to re-roll. There's a small efficiency to be gained by using pick one books as a safety
and
net. It's
wait,
a very
that was
limited
Big Bird.
situation.
That was Big
Yeah,
Bird talking. Oh, dude, look, bro. Like
very.
so.
I'm talking about a
So,
very limited situation. I'm not talking about rolling in general.
here's the problem, right? So when you're rolling, I didn't know it was you. I thought it was some other clown. So, but either way, that's not how you do it anyway. So what you do is when you open up the 6 star, and you're going for triple S, and you're going for triple S's. Like I tell all my guys, like, listen, bro, if you're gonna go for triple S is 1,000 fragments, right? So what happens is like the probability of a triple S because there's percentage drops on the percentages of these skills. So you have a triple S is like I think 0.02% drop rate, and then even less than that for the type of skill that you want to get. So I think triple S is 0.02, double S is 0.5, and I think like single S is like 8 or 10%, right around there if I remember correctly. I still have the number somewhere. Well, anyway, so what you do is when you're going in through the when you're trying to remodel your entire star, you know, like I get what you're saying. Like if you have like 4 triple S's or whatever, to just hold on to lock those skills up and stuff like that. I get that part, but the problem with that is it's so. I never did it that way. I just remodeled my entire star until I got the right triple S because what I normally do is I prioritize the most important skill of that star based on like for example Alexandria, her most important skill is not going to be long range attack. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a long range attack reduction. That's a rare skill. So obviously I would reroll my entire start to look for that particular skill before I put in like a melee HP or something like that. Even if the melee HP did fall as a triple S, because to it's more expensive to lock that up and then use more frags looking for that particular skill than a skill like that because those skills are a little bit more common than fall. So when you like if you have like 4 triple S skills that you have that that are all triple S, I mean that's like the expensive. That's the route the camel wants you to go. They want you to you know what I'm saying, go through it and go through it like that because it requires so much more fraction towards the end. If you don't prioritize the skills that you're supposed to get, the rare skills that you're supposed to get on that particular star. So I guess when I heard you, it sounded like okay, you need to lock these skills up, that are triple S's or whatever. Just get them all the way to triple S's, for 3.
Okay.
I think that's I understand. I think I understand what you're saying. I'd have to think about that. My gut is that the probability math doesn't favor that approach, but I could be wrong. So that was a coherent and well explained argument. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'll give it some thought. See, Woody, we were good.
You guys are good. You guys got a B for that. A B, not an A.
I think someone should put out a new video though. I mean, I see people on the 700s and 800s sharing Lumberg's old video, and if it's still good enough, then I'm wrong.
I mean,
But,
Longbird is his videos, even back in the day, videos are very educational, and they do still help out people in these days. But an update might need to be done.
I just got freaking my bad. I just got a phone call. What did I cut off completely?
Yeah, we moved past it. He gave you some props. But people are thinking that someone does need to make a new video about the best way to roll it, because there are many ways to roll it. I've seen people say that don't put these to level 1, just leave them all at level 1 till you get them all that, and then start rolling.
That's dumb.
There's a probability of it rolling like that, but I mean, I've noticed when I have all 5. Let's say if they were all blue, rolling all 5 like that. Look, I got double S, triple S, S, double S. Just by not saying I would use any of these, I'm just saying I had better luck rolling all 5 and then keeping one that I wanted. Like for say, okay, I rolled that one, I want to keep that one, and then just roll 4. And look, okay, now right there, oh, that's the same one. Shut up. But I had better luck doing it like that. And then, okay, I want that one, and I would save that one, and so on and so forth. I had better luck doing it like that versus doing one at a time.
Hey, Woody,
it's more expensive.
What do you think better to do and this is more for everybody? At what point do you level the breakthrough? Do you open the breakthrough and stop? Do you go to a certain level before you switch to unworldly? What is everybody's consensus on when you switch to unworldly or when you switch to breakthrough?
Okay, so I usually went all the way up to breakthrough 13. 13 or 14, either one.
Before you do an unworldly?
I would go jump back and forth.
So you're not even doing the 6 stars yet?
No.
That's what I'm saying.
I would jump back and forth, is what I mean. Like I would do one skill here and then do one breakthrough, one skill there and then one breakthrough. And
the reason why I say that, the stars all cost the same. Each tip costs the same, correct?
Correct. Well, no.
But I thought it did. It's only the breakthroughs that go up.
Yeah, the breakthroughs cost more. I apologize. But I would jump back and forth like that. So each and every level you're getting a breakthrough and a tip. And then once you get that the full
is that what you recommend? That's kind of what I'm looking for.
Yeah, but then once I get the full star, I would push heavy on the breakthrough, and then stop at 14, and then start adjusting what I want to do here.
I kind of save up the frags until I get them, and then I'll kind of like you're saying, I'll push both. But once I get enough frags to roll, or have 5 double S's, that's when I'll focus back to unworldlies.
Yeah, and it's usually around level 13, 14 is when you start doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. The breakthroughs they cost a lot, ladies and gentlemen. They really do. That's no lie. But yeah, it's
the old age question. When do you switch?
I would say 13, 14, level 13 and 14.
Okay.
That's.
I think it depends more on if you can fortify or not. Like if you can get some value out of a breakthrough now, but you can't fortify a 6 star because you don't have enough skill books, then It's not. What are you going to get? 5% more LRA?
Well, I know there's a point when the breakthrough each level begins to be no longer one set of packs. That's kind of what I was looking for. Like, at what point when you buy, I think you get what, 50, 52, 54, something like that, frags, if you buy the whole set of them.
I think it's
And
58. I think it's
is it 58? And at that point,
58.
when is the breakthrough no longer, or when is it no longer, or takes longer, more than one pack set to do a level? Is kind of what I was wondering.
I think it was.
I don't know.
14.
Probably around 14.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I know there's a point when it starts jumping up to 60, 70, 80.
It takes 2 weeks to get one breakthrough. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and that's my point. That's what sucks.
If you guys are talking a single officer, then I disagree with everything you said. I was more talking about the scenario where, let's pretend I have Panda and Zeus, and I can get 6 stars with Panda, and I can fortify what I get, but I don't have enough books to also fortify what I would do with Zeus. So instead, I can just push Zeus's breakthrough while fortifying Panda's 6 stars.
That doesn't make sense. So you're saying
I know what he's saying.
I'm gonna sit down on this. So I just want to hear what everybody got to say.
right? I'm curious.
So
I'm just curious how they're doing it.
He's saying if you're able to get both of them at the same time, like for say Zeus, he might work.
Well, how are you
going to
do that? You can't get the same.
Well, just hold on. If he's able to get the Zeus and just work on the breakthrough, and then on a Panda work on the 6-star, he can do like that.
Right. I can use all my books
which
to fortify.
officer to focus on is what you're saying?
No, I'm using all of my skill books to fortify Panda because I don't have enough skill books to fortify both.
I'm with you. I'm not referring to that. I'm referring to getting the actual tips, or in other words, focusing on the tips to open the 6-star, or focus on the tips to opening the breakthrough higher. That's what I'm kind of going with.
Gotcha. I think it probably depends on the breakthrough. If it's Panda, we know the answer is to get the 6-star.
Yeah, I can see you agreeing with you. It depends. Yeah, if it's one of those, another where exterminate or that type of stuff, I would agree with you. Probably not focus on the breakthrough maybe as much as the 6-stars.
I think for folks who are on a more limited budget and are not going to be able to max every officer, I think some of what people are talking about for Panda is look at the versatility of the skill, consider what events the skill will actually be helpful in. Panda is useful for Civil War and Void.
Yeah.
And so...
Yeah, but if exterminate or whatever isn't, or it to me doesn't justify taking a passive one that constantly attacks in every single battle in every single place.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You can use that in EW. You can use it in Void. You can use it in Frenzy. You can use it in Triangle. You can use it in Dog. You know what I mean?
Like Tifa is used every single attack that you have.
Correct.
So think about how often is that skill going to trigger.
Exactly.
And think about the events that are important to you.
Okay.
That's kind of the high level theme, I think, of what some people were saying.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I still think Tifa, Zeus, Alexandria, and Aeon should be the first 4. Maybe Aeon before Alexandria. No, Alexandria before Aeon. I know that the Aeon skill is huge for us whales up here. It's huge. Like every event, like for say Triangle War or DLD or even GC, we will literally save that stuff, or we will literally wait 1 day before entering our troops in the Triangle War, just waiting on that Aeon. So I know that's very, very, very important to have. Is that Aeon? So what do you guys think? Alexandria or Aeon? Reduce damage or that Aeon bubble? The hard one, isn't it? I would say reduce damage first.
Yeah, I would say it depends on your spend level and all those other things. Yeah. And what are you in a new nation, an old nation, a medium nation? I think all that plays a factor too.
Well, if you're an older nation, you better have the Aeon already ready and going. That's you got to have that. That's a must, especially if you're a whale type player. Holy cow, there's a lot of you guys in here. Thank you for joining. Whoa, wow. So, we're going to jump off this real quick, and we're going to go into a different city and show you the new game that Cam was brought into for the new players. And yeah, people are gonna get mad, but it is what it is. So I made a city over here in 905. Hold on, I just gotta grab it real quick. Yeah, in 905. Actually, no, I'll go to 1028. I'll go to my 1028 one because it'll be brand new, fresh there, and you guys will be able to see it better. You remember the commercials that got in the ads that got us all hooked to this game, brought us into the game? That everyone's saying, "Oh, it's fake, it's fake, it's been copyrighted and stole off a different game."
Bro, you
Well,
better not tell me they fucking finally have added that.
they did. They did. They did. I was playing it for hours last night. I'm not even gonna lie. It's fun. But you got to have a new city. So the difference is the reason why the older players can't have it is because this new game is done by your city level versus the officer. Let me make sure it's go to level 1 maybe. Is it? Please don't tell me it's the older. So it is not for the semi new, but for the brand new players. Okay, it's a good thing I made one for 905 then. I think you guys might actually like this. So it'll work in any nation. You just got to make a brand new city there to play it. There, 905, enter.
Is it free to play or is it a spend type thing?
It as you level up your city, it opens up new levels, kind of deal.
But just like the original then. Just like the original then.
Well, hold on. It looks like the original setup, right?
Yep.
But
Well, I meant like as in it didn't give you all of them available. You had to have certain city levels to get up
so look at
to
that.
be able to go further.
That's bullshit, man. I can't stand Camel for this, bro.
Yeah, that's what they've been advertising on the commercials.
Yep.
Bro, I'm out, bro. This is retarded, bro.
No, but this is badass.
That's bullshit, bro.
Woody's enjoying himself.
I am. It's fun.
Leave Woody alone. It's the little things that make us happy.
It is a little
That's
things.
good, man. They literally didn't even give us that game or the other game. And, like, I guess because we don't spend enough in the older nations because the older nations don't spend enough like the newer nations do.
There's no muting the sound on it though. I wish I could mute the sound, but yeah, that's one of the old one, the new games, and I haven't gotten through all of them. Obviously, I've gotten through all those overnight, but come on, guys, you gotta think
I
that,
bet we get a new event that'll be like that, kind of like we did the hunt deal
like the desperate
for
hunt.
us older guys.
Oh,
Yeah, I bet we get something similar to that for us older nations, but it'd be an actual event.
that would be pretty badass if you ask me. Let's check and see exactly how hard when you go up there.
Kind of like cannon defense, to be honest.
It kind of is. It kind of is, and that would be pretty badass if they put that in like Canada. It's like everything. I mean, you got like the race, the race game where you got to shoot the wings or the arms or whatnot. But I noticed when I was playing this, sometimes you gotta like not take certain things to make you sure you advance. Let me see if I can blow the screen up a little more. Yeah, there we go.
I think you spent too much time last night playing it, Woody.
Oh, dude, no, there's some hard levels in here. I'm not gonna lie. This is just like. Let me see if I can find a different level. This one maybe. We'll try this one. Yeah, I mean, this was a hard one right here. Oh no, you don't want to go there because if they pass this, then they triple or they double. You can't fight them. I wouldn't suggest doing it on PC because it don't move fast enough. But on a phone, it's different. I really failed that one. But that's something that new players can play. I actually really like that quite a bit. So I did spend some time in there playing it. It was fun. Look at everyone else that's probably going to be making new cities now. But
You just took the new globe and expanded it.
I just expanded it. Yep, like no other. And that's Nation 905, the Patriot Nation. If you guys want to go there and join, 905 is about to get a lot of freaking empty cities there.
Is there a point when you can't build a new city in a nation?
What do you mean?
Wait, why are you?
Yeah, what's going too far?
No, there's not.
Is there a point?
No, there's not. Anyway,
There's no limit?
what happened with 905?
No, I just went there to actually talk to Patriot about his build, and when I was there talking to him, I noticed that this was a new game. I'm like, wait a minute. So I started playing it.
Yeah, but what do you mean by empty cities in 905 though?
Oh, it was kind of a joke because I said I'm in 905, so a lot of people go into 905 and build cities there. But it was kind of a joke.
Oh, okay, never mind.
So
I
you
thought
can
you
actually
meant like a lot of people. I thought you meant a lot of people quit. My bad.
no, not a lot of people quit. Actually, 905 is a pretty strong nation. I'm not gonna lie.
Did you see a big account switch hands?
Did I see a big account switch hands? No. Is there supposed to be one?
Jackal, 619.
No. Oh, yeah. You know what? I did see something like that. I didn't really
Yeah,
catch
it's
on to it,
officially
but I
done.
see
Officially done.
Jackal's done, huh?
Completed. Yeah, no longer in his hands.
Well, I hope the new owner
Sounds
can
good.
afford it.
That's what's gonna happen with everybody, dog. Everybody gonna end up quitting everything someday.
We're not gonna
Joggle
quit.
ball.
We're not gonna quit. We're addicted. We're here.
You know,
I
I
know,
will
bro.
say this.
Eventually, I've
One
seen a lot of.
of the
I've seen a
reasons
lot
why
of.
he quit was because of teamwork and support and nation not being as one,
Well,
from what I understand.
that's kind of why Cash went to 904.
Yeah.
I mean, that shit happens more than you know. Like people don't want to get the shit
That's me
together.
That's me warning everybody. You really need to be one as a nation.
Yeah.
It's a big deal. It really is.
Well,
Keeps the spenders.
I
And
mean,
even
that
the
is.
average spenders.
I mean, sometimes it might not even work because you always forget about the smaller players. That's what I'm doing in my nation. My
yeah,
nation
but
came out to be pretty bad.
yeah, but let's say you're the only whale in your nation. Everyone else is a 34 or 35, and no one else is fucking joining in attacks or leaking points. This and that. That means your spenders having to spend so much freaking money trying to win a war for your nation. I mean, how long is that going to last? Where you're just like, you know what? Screw you all. I'm out. I'll go play with other whales.
Doesn't last long, as we're seeing.
Sounds like along with you, Tip.
No, I'm just saying. I
I'm still
mean,
playing, baby.
that happens quite a bit. Like, who is driving?
I'm just looking forward to my new MRA officer.
It's not. I'm telling you, it's gonna. It might not be that.
Hey,
Purge
you want
I
to play
did
some
on
little?
No, I'm not doing
little
no. I'm not doing
lunch
no
bet?
bets. I'm not doing no bets.
Lunch.
It doesn't. I mean, even if the MRA attack comes out like with the officer, it really doesn't matter because they're still nerfed. So it doesn't matter. Even though they're gonna do more damage, their weaknesses are still gonna be the Titans no matter what. I fought an MRA. I tested that crap against an MRA player who had higher MRA stats and a little bit higher MRA stats than my LRA, and I beat his ass.
I seriously think this officer is going to be for like reducing melee HP. I truly do.
Probably that too, but I mean, you never know. I mean, whatever that is between that and has a MRA attack in the 6-star, but that's not gonna tilt the favorite MRA's place. It's not gonna happen. They're nerfed.
Well, it's gonna have a melee HP increase. It's gonna have a mid-range attack of. And then whatever else, of course. Reduction. And then the question is, will it have a melee HP reduction? That's the one I'm curious about.
So all we gotta do is melee HP reduction.
Yeah,
that's what Woody's talking about.
That's what I'm talking about. I really think that something might happen. Wouldn't that be something?
And I'm keeping all my comments. I'm keeping my comments to myself.
Why? Why? Because that's one thing we really don't truly have in the game right now is a melee, reduced melee.
Well, there's one. There's one.
Yeah, that's really one.
I mean, there's one. It's 55%.
Yeah.
Isn't attack to melee kind of the same thing?
No. Attack to melee is the amount of damage you're doing to their melee.
Increase.
Reducing their HP is taking, like, for say me, 1830 and reducing that down to like 1600. That would be fun. That would be game changing. Like
it would be 30% max. Is whatever would be 30% because that's what all the drill masters cap out at, unless it's a primary skill. That's kind of what I'm saying. If I'm doing 30 more damage to melee versus them having 30 more HP, I shouldn't have said damage. If I'm doing 30 more attack versus them having 30 melee HP, it's seems like it's
Well, 2
very
is different.
slow.
Every one of your troops is increasing attack that
Yeah.
percentage to melee troops. Whatever's attacking those melee troops is increased by that percentage while they're attacking.
Yeah, and the of is going to be your actual fleet. That you're increasing your actual fleet. The 2 is definitely the better one of.
I'm not convinced I'm right, but I'm just saying, like, if they add 30 melee HP, or you're able to do 30 more damage to melee troops, it feels extremely
The
similar.
HP would be better.
Yeah, reducing someone's HP is huge. Like a lot of players can't beat other players because their melee HP is so fucking high and their troops just don't die. So if you have the opportunity,
The question is it stackable? That's the real question.
that would
Is
be
it
a good
stackable?
question if it's able to be stackable with like a team attack.
Right.
Can you imagine?
That would be a game changer if it's stackable.
Oh my god, that would be freaking. Well, I mean that whole charge part of it in the wording.
Yeah, I know. That's what I saw.
That's
what I pointed out.
That's yeah, the whole wording
Right.
here.
You
with
can
charge.
you can see the new off. Let me look at this. Hold on. Let me read this.
I posted everything.
Yeah, if there's key words in there that are interesting that they're
Yeah.
using, the armor word and the charge word.
Yeah, so this is the new officer. This is what she's gonna look like. She has a little fucking drone, and she has a big old freaking dick in her left hand.
There's a drone, Woody?
Yeah, there's a drone.
Oh, then that drone probably has something to do with it then.
Well, if you notice, all the drill masters has something, either a dog or a raccoon or a drone.
It's 100% a drill officer. That is a.
Well, yeah, we've already accomplished. No.
Why would they? Yeah. So they. What does it say she does?
Well, read what Kent Daddy posted right here. This is exactly what the camel posted to us.
Armor assault is like the fierce tiger charge. Oh my freaking god, dude! I hate whoever's doing their freaking typing.
Well, I mean, Cam ain't gonna give you exactly what it means, so they're gonna try to make you think about what it really means. You know, the whole cover your ass.
Armor
thing.
assault is obviously the key word.
Yeah, you see how? Yeah, it's literally freaking fucking capitalized and
it's in
quotations
It's in
on
quotes.
it. So this is a big thing right here.
That's probably the main skill.
Yeah, but it's maybe
they're
that's
trying
the
to
main
help us.
skill.
They're trying to help us, allow us to freaking kill one of their max out BP guys.
That's what we were talking about.
Yeah. Well, you think about those maxed out BP people; they stopped spending on troops now. So how do we get that to where they'll start spending again? Let's get it to where they can be burned. That's the only way I can see it. But armor assault is, to me, it either can be maybe it's like a defense reducer. Armored defense reducer, HP reducer. But it also made me think about the whole plane thing with the armor piercing as well. How, like, this might go hand in hand with this last skill.
What does the dictionary say about armor assault?
I'm not checking the fucking dictionary.
What are you even using a calculator?
I literally just pulled a fucking 12-hour shift at work. I am not looking in a book. I don't even look in a book when I just wake up. No way I'm looking at it when I'm about to go to sleep.
That's funny.
No, but not.
Well, that's obviously the main skill of the armor assault for sure, whatever it is.
But the other word in here, charging, is another word that's really got me thinking about.
Look at the skills on one of the other breakthroughs and see if they use the word charge in the main skills.
You know, that's a good idea.
Two main skills.
That's actually a really good idea. Let me look.
See if that word is used anywhere.
That is not. That's a reduced attack of all enemy troops for Caddy. And then this dude. Nope, no charging. Then Maria. Maybe Maria. Nope. That's just damage when middle and back road troops attack. And then you got Eric.
That's the breakthrough. Look, you want to look at the extra skills, not the main one.
This one, I'm sorry. My bad.
You're good.
EMP, reducing all enemy troops HP. So this is the only
See
one
for the first see that Right, but read it carefully. If you remember, as we leveled this up, you see how it's 20 seconds. And what doesn't start out 20 seconds? It started out a couple seconds, and as you continually raised it up, it added more seconds, like you're charging it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you're right on that.
That's my thought.
I don't know. I think it's more. I think it's
I,
gonna.
typically, these officers, whenever they come out, they're always like for example, this guy came out after I think Eric came out after Simon, right? I don't remember that. Maybe
Yeah.
if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Eric came after Simon.
So look at Simon. Go read his shit. What's it say? I can't read.
Actually, no.
We know.
Did Simon come out before Maria? Or did
No.
Maria come after Caddy?
No, Eric came out after Simon. Is it Eric that came out after Simon?
I don't remember. It's been that while. It's been a while. It's been a long time.
I think Eric came out after Simon, if I remember correctly. I think that's true. I think Eric came out after Simon.
Simon is an OG. Simon is old.
Okay. So
Yeah,
So it's Caddy and Simon,
So it is.
and then Maria.
Because Eric was the last one. Eric was the last
Hey,
one.
Raj, you guys are all wrong. You guys are all
Selena's the
wrong.
last one.
Yeah, after
You guys are all wrong.
Hold on.
It's Caddy, Simon, Maria, Eric, Selena.
Okay.
Yes,
so the way,
exactly, in that order.
Thanks, guys.
So in this order. Okay.
Okay, so just look at what came out before Eric.
Maria.
I mean, my bad, dude. I'm Simon. Damn, I'm half asleep. Okay, so all you gotta do is compare. Like typically, if they come out with Selena, right, just look at what came the pair that came out before her, and then that's kind of how you're gonna like compare with Selena.
That's what I was saying. He's talking about what they say and what they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is true. They're all the same. They're either rotated.
Yeah.
You can look at the
No,
skills.
you're
Yeah,
They're the same.
right.
Yeah, so basically, Selena, what she gonna do is, if she does that, go back to her. Okay, so all teamwork, all troop attacks, fed. Okay, so then the other one's probably gonna like reduce the attack of everybody. That's probably what's gonna happen. Reduce the attack of the attack. HP.
It's gonna be the opposite of whatever Selena does.
Which would be reduce attack, reduce health,
Yeah, I
and
agree.
reduce.
Yeah.
Only the second skill down is going to be different in the top skill. Those are the only two we don't know, to be honest.
Let me see Maria's shit.
I feel like it's gonna be something to do with
No,
defense, to be honest.
No, I'm sorry. Dude, I'm so fucking tired. Go to Selena.
Jesus Christ, Raz.
I know, dude. It will probably be. Let me see. So mid-range killer, long-range killer. All right, now go to Eric and.
Oh my God, Raz.
All right, now go to Simon.
Dude.
Wow. Bingo.
Yeah, it'll probably be a long-range killer and mid-range killer again. Yeah.
So the new officer is gonna be benefiting the mid-range players.
It's only gonna get. That's not exactly true. They're only gonna give them a mid-range attack.
Absolutely true.
That's not true because they're literally just gonna give you a mid-range attack. That's
an LRA player speaking, everybody, so they know.
I was a mid-range player too, bro. Y'all not gonna be able to.
It better not support mid-range.
Years ago, we ain't talking about that.
No, even if why wouldn't you want to support mid-range? They got mid-range. They give them another mid-range attack. It's not gonna make any difference. You can still slap them because their Titans are always gonna die first.
Yeah, I agree. Absolutely.
Whenever they sit, I've already tested against a mid-range player who had a higher MRA attack than me. That's like having an additional MRA attack that they're also happy about. So that's the way I test it. It's just as if the officer
CNN right here.
Do what?
Fake news. Fake
no, it's
news.
not. I mean, you can. I mean, not really, because I gotta remember this. No matter what, all you have to do is like literally like if
the entire game, is a balance. The entire game is a balance. Everything they've done, everything they continue to do is a balance.
Yeah, but there's always a count of every build, and you have to understand it. And you have to understand this too.
I agree with you. I totally agree. But right now,
guys, let's not do the whole arguing today.
Yeah, stop interrupting. Let me finish my point. I know this is gonna be hurtful, but you got to remember something. Your Titans are always gonna die before a long range Titans. That fact is never gonna change because that is y'all's nerf. So even if y'all have a long range attack, which I've already tested this shit against a player who had an MRA attack higher than mine, and I still beat him because the Titans always die first. So what the mid rangers do is they'll put fucking back row there to help with the padding of the Titans, and all a long ranger has to do is put more middle row and and divide your DPS in the back so that it can start reaching them, because the cannons can reach the Titans. The cannons are the longest, farthest troop in the game. Now I'm not saying to use that against a mid ranger as using stormtroopers. You could use EMPs against them too, because that cleans that up too. And then
everything you're saying, I'm not disagreeing with. I'm not disagreeing with anything you're saying. But what we're leaving out is all these extra stats and benefits are going to benefit MRA, and they're trying to balance.
That's not true. Okay, so all you have to do is look at Selena, right? Selena, literally the only thing that Selena gives you're on. So the only thing that Selena gives
mid-range killer. I mean,
yeah. I mean, but I have long range killer too on there, man. I mean, I'm not going to argue with you about this.
It has attack of. I mean, there's tons of things that 60% of that officer is directed towards LRA.
Nah, man.
That's they only doesn't take a genius to read that.
No, the only thing that they give LRA player in this officer is legitimately a long range attack. That's going to be the same thing with but which either way, let's just say happens either way. This is my point. Even if they give which they will give the new officer a mid range attack, that's not gonna change the fact that the Titans are going to die first.
I agree. I'm not arguing that. I agree with you. I'm just saying they're trying to balance it. That's all they're trying to do.
You can't balance that though, unless you change your build entirely.
Right now, LRA has a 30% advantage. If every single thing was maxed in the game to the T, there would be a 30% advantage in attack to LRA.
Exactly.
So MRA is going to gain 30%. You can't argue that. That's fine.
Yeah, but I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying that at all. What are you talking, dude? Listen to
that's they're trying to balance, is what I said. They're trying to help balance it.
Yeah, okay, but that's what I'm trying to tell you. So I tested that against another MRA player who has higher MRA attack than I did. Okay, as if this officer was out, right? Because there's debuffs and stuff like that, which I already know which debuffs you can get. Like, for example, if they're coming out with an officer that's going to have a MRA attack, all one has to do on a new officer is get an MRA attack reduction. There you go, offset side. Now, even if, right? Let's just say even if you did that negates their fucking mid-range attack. Now let's go back to the original point. What I was saying, you're not gonna be able to balance that, because no matter what, their Titans are always gonna die first, as it should, because mid-range is a different use for a different type of fighting all around. It's not gonna beat a long-range attack if they're both maxed out. Long range supreme, no matter what. Even the 30% is not gonna save them. That's just a fact, and I've tested that. I have proof. So
right now, LRA has a 30% attack advantage.
That's it. But that's it. But I mean, I've already fought mid. But that's also, yeah, that is fact. That's only through an officer though. You can literally raise your attack.
Any little bit helps, my friend. That's all I'm saying. People spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on the island to get 30%.
Yeah.
So it helps. That's what I'm saying.
Guys, we are literally arguing and talking about the same exact thing we talk about every single podcast, and it just always ends up in an argument. So like people, we got 70 people watching right now. We got 40 people in here. We're going to talk about actual possibility of what this new officer is going to bring. Is it going to be garbage, or is it going to be something that we're really going to want to invest in right away? Me, I'm going to invest into it because
I think everybody should invest in their officers for sure.
I mean, officers is your bread and butter. I mean, don't get me wrong. Titans and planes are they're good and they'll make the difference, but like I've always said, if you got shitty plane and shitty Titans, if you got shitty officers, you can have the best Titans in plane. Those officers are shitty, and they're not. The Titans in the plane ain't gonna do too much further than what you want them to do.
Agree.
Like I've been smacked. I've been smacked by someone when I was playing in 373 that had really good Titans, really good officers and shitty Titans, and I got smacked. Now, there was a case where I'm sure you guys all know R32. He had really, really, really maxed out Titans, and he was taken on as a 36. He was taking on 38s back then with no problems. So I don't know. It's the game changes, builds change. Is there nerfs or there buffs? Absolutely. What they are, that's up to everyone else in the game to figure out. What got nerfed, what got buffed, so on and so forth. I mean, it happens, guys. And there's not a single player in the game that can say anything different. Like they do happen. But yeah, that's a different conversation type. Oh, I said it. I said it. I said it. Man, Lee guy's got that freaking he's gonna copyright me on that one. So you guys think that the new game and the new officer is going to be a major impact in when it gets released? Well, the new game's already released, but the officer, is it going to be a major impact? For say,
I think you hit it on the nose, Woody. I think every officer is important.
Well, yeah, it's going to be important. I'm just wondering what the breakthrough is going to be. I think that breakthrough is going to make the difference between mid range and long range. I really do.
I hope it's a good option for everybody. To be honest,
I wish it would have been a strategy officer. If I'm being real, I wish it would have been a strategy officer because we are neglecting that like no other, and we're also neglecting the director officers. Holy cow! Easy 2.0. You want to unmute your mic? Thank you. We're neglecting these officers. Imagine if an officer comes out and it actually gained uranium. That would be game changing. But nope, not a drill master. So I think this is, like we were saying, this is going to be the last drill master that we see. So I don't know if you want to take advantage of it when it releases, but I think it's going to be big. It's going to be big, and I don't know if they're going to put clothes on her when the skin comes out, or they're going to actually take some of this off, because a bodysuit already, I mean, I don't know, I think her titties are about to pop out already.
I think they're going to keep her. They'll keep her closed until they release the skin, and then they'll take it off.
I got asked a question by someone in my nation, and it was a female, that asked me, why do they always focus on women in the officers? And I'll explain this. Okay, guys, look how many male versus female ratio are here in this chat. In this chat. Okay, so about 98% of the game are male, and the other 2% are female. And women, please don't take offense to that, but it's the statistics are there, and in any kind of game or any kind of business, you want to keep the majority happy. That's just the way it is, unfortunately. And I see all the women chatting up right now. Oh my God, what did I just open? What kind of can did I just open? But I mean, it is true. It is true. They gave you guys Simon, but they put more clothes on him.
Don't forget about the women that like women too. It's not just men.
Yeah, women like women too. There you go. There you go. Women like women. But like this, I don't know if I like her design. Honestly, I really don't know if I like her design. Like,
we all know Simon was made for a certain type of man in this game because he likes other men.
Angela's saying we need a man that can strip. Oh boy, here we go. Eric is the only hot man. Darkness says. Interesting. It's because of the beard. That's why. It's the beard, guys. Women like men with beards, and it's wintertime. So, anyways.
So, hey, going back to this officer coming out, Freya, you were mentioning the armored ability. I'm wondering if that is going to have something to do with the outfit that you can get for her as well.
I mean, it's possible, like a skin white.
That's, I mean, that would make sense if it's some sort of an additional ability that you can get. I don't think that they would just be opening up full meta right out the gate.
No, they can never just full meta it, dude. Like that'd be no. I don't think they're gonna full meta it right out the gate, man. No way, no way. Like
Yeah, so I feel like that what they're talking about with the armored portion of it is going to be something that you have to buy for the actual skin.
well, I mean that depends. I don't see them making a skin right out as soon as they release. I mean, it's possible.
Didn't they do that with Selena?
Yeah, but Selena don't got a skin yet.
Oh, she doesn't know.
No, Caddy and Simon's the only two that got a skin. But that doesn't necessarily mean that they wouldn't do it, because Simon's only, what, 8 months old, maybe a year, tops? So, I mean, that doesn't mean they're not going to do it. Depending on what everything's going to happen, I mean, maybe they will jump into it. Maybe the whole officer is for mid-range, or maybe it is for melee HP reduction. I'm telling you one thing, a melee HP reduction would be huge. And especially if it was a 2 instead of an of. That would be huge. Because we all know those two words mean two different things. One is a multiplier, and another one is just like points. That's it. But I don't know. I just wanted to show you guys what was going on. As far as I know, but it is coming out on the 15th, and the 15th, when it comes, it's gonna go crazy. It's gonna be in here. Guys, don't forget about that gold that came out. I already got mine. It came out in the limited time deals. There's those gold things. I think it was like 22,000 gold for like $35, right around there. That wasn't bad. Yeah, Tufu say more money, more and more money. Guys, this is a game. We all knew this game was a pay to win game.
More speeds.
Dude, oh my god. I have actually complained to Camel that we need more speeds. If they want us to literally play these events, they need to.
Every event takes it, except for Triangle and Dot.
Yeah, but those are something I just don't even want. I don't even like Triangle War or Dot, man. I don't even know if I like Polar. Be real.
Yeah. Not if, they need to either reduce the speeds needed for it or allow us to buy more. Something needs to happen.
I was sitting there clicking on the 25% in Polar, and it did not look like I moved at all.
Agreed.
Like when you say 50%, shouldn't that be cutting like 50% of the time it gets there, not 50% of 2 seconds?
Or how about this, Woody? What if they let us combine them? Like, I know it's not the same, but what
like
if
a 75?
3 25s to make a half? Yeah, like no, let us combine 3 25s to a half. It's 25-25 is not a full half. Keep that in mind. You know what I mean? I don't know. They need to let us combine them or something.
Well, Woody, you guys don't activate Alliance fleet speed buff? The Alliance skill for Polar?
Yeah, we do that.
Yeah, I mean, it helps.
But I mean, it helps a little bit. But when you're literally for an hour and a half, speeding there and speeding back, and you only got 40 fucking returns, and you end up using those 40 returns before that freaking center even opens, and then you're just speeding there and back the whole time. That's it sucks. It's expensive. Yeah, they said they pulled that bullshit in Iron Blood as well with speeds. Yeah, absolutely, they do. And I think they do it also in Elite War. I don't know. I think I might spend more speeds in Elite War than I do Polar, if I'm being real. Depending on...
Nah, that's not for me. It's way more Polar.
Well, depending on what nation.
True.
If you go up against a freaking... a super heavy speeding nation in fucking Elite War, dude, oh my god. Oh my god. Crazy speeds. And it looks like right here we have 668 NMW went up against Raz Sass from 374. Oh, what happened, Raz? What happened?
They beat Raz. Everybody does.
We didn't beat we went up against Raz and we got our freaking we got our cheeks clapped.
You lost against Raz?
We did.
Oh,
I didn't.
Man.
I didn't. No,
we need
I
to
didn't.
do the Game of Thrones on you, Woody. Shame.
I didn't.
Shame.
Okay,
Shame.
so I'm not. I didn't play. I didn't play, but still, that's not an excuse.
Okay, well then that makes sense then. Okay, fair enough.
But no, that's still not an excuse. It's still not. I watched that. Hey, Travis, want to mute your mic so we don't hear you put stuff in the microwave? Okay.
Sorry. Hold on.
Sorry.
I got
it. Sorry. Or breaking ice, whatever you were doing.
Now, I'll keep in the.
Uh-oh. You get. You guys hearing this, or is this me? Hey, Tip.
No, that's him.
That's him? Okay, Tip, we cannot understand a word you're saying right now. You sound like Wally. It's a robot. He's trying. He's trying.
Yeah.
He's trying. He is trying. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like. Tip, you there with us again? Nope, you're still.
Did you guys cover that the possibility of this new officer will help more of the mid rangers?
So we did cover that. And like what it should be doing, because we're going off of what not those what these all have right here and what this will have right there. We have all decided, even Raz decided, that the new officer will probably be favored in the mid-range players. But, I mean, like Raz was saying, when mid-range players are Titans die faster. So, man, someone's really got a bad reception. Got some Walmart reception going on. Don't be laughing. Don't be laughing. But yeah, we covered that. I personally think and hope that there's gonna be a reduced melee HP inside of it. I really do, because I think that would be pretty badass. It would be able to counter other whales that are like 1850 melee HP. You can drop them down to like 1600, or not even that, like 1700 or 1750. That'd be game changing.
I agree.
Woody, how long do you wait until you start using your elite recruit envelopes after the officer drops?
I'm personally gonna wait 2 days after if they say it's gonna be like the pool, they add it to a pool on a certain date. I'm gonna wait 2 days after that day.
Oh, sometimes I notice I get the officers that are in that pool when I roll on those days.
Well, you'll get some, but it's gonna be
Like
more like
no, like if they're on sale in the daily specials. If I roll elite envelopes, sometimes I just randomly get those officers that are on the daily specials.
You know what? I never thought about that.
Hello.
Hello.
The new officer comes out, be a daily one.
Yeah, just Tip, your reception's really bad right now. Sorry.
He's in Area 51 or something.
Area 51, or I don't know. You're in a no-fly zone right now.
So we getting a new officer? We know what it is, or no? Not yet.
Yeah, it's this girl right here, Freya. It's this girl right here. This is what she looks like. Holy cow, dude! Travis, can you mute your mic?
Oh gosh, sorry, I'm trying to.
Like where your breakfast go down your freaking throat. And there's a brief description of what Camel. This is what Camel gave us, guys. So this is what we're going off of by the wording. So, until it's released on the 15th, which is by server time, might be tomorrow night. This is what we know. So we could say whatever. Two things. What I noticed: armor assault. That's a quotated and a enlarged word right there. And then another word that we can go by is charging. So charging, makes you kind of think of how the breakthrough skill works. It charges, and then once it's at max, good luck kind of deal. That's so those two words has kind of really got me thinking about what it could be. And when I think about armored assault, it makes me think about the plane skill, which this is not necessarily can't necessarily be true, but it makes me think about this one, armor piercing, because of the word armor. So if they have armor here and armor here, I'm thinking it's possible these might go hand in hand. Not sure, not 100% sure, but I'm just going by like what Camel's done in the past. So if that makes sense.
Can you hear me now, Woody?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
No, I was saying, sorry, gotta love Wi-Fi. No, I was just telling people about the envelopes. Remember the last two officers that they don't, even when the officer's released, it's not a daily pack, it's a limited pack first. So I wouldn't I would do what you're saying, and that's hold your elites until it's ready because it won't be available at first.
Yeah. I want to know why they're doing this right here for the Titan in the limited time deals. That's what I want to know because this is they dropped this with the gold. And whenever they drop the gold, they never drop this with it.
They're trying to get everybody's Titan equipment higher. I believe that. They've been doing it for the last 4 months. It's been more prevalent than ever before. That and uranium.
Really? Oh, yeah, the uranium, I've noticed that quite a bit. So, yeah, I noticed that quite a bit. Real quick, Retap, are you able to speak up real quick? Peter from 725?
Yeah, I'm here. What's up, man?
I want you to pick a name out of everyone that's in here. Just pick a name. Doesn't matter. You don't need you don't need to know them. Just pick a name.
Error.
Put your code in the chat real quick.
Let's go. Thank you, Peter.
You're welcome.
Yeah, put your code in this chat.
And that's why you use a girl for your avatar.
No, he's a good guy. He's a good guy, dude.
Call it like it is.
That's not it, man. I swear that's not it.
Baloney.
Wait,
I swear to God.
Wait, what's going on?
So, Woody, I have a thought on the new officer. I mean, I get why you're saying the armor piercing maybe with the plane, but I think it could also be maybe piercing the enemy's defense or something,
That could be as well.
But I would recommend whoever's listening. This doesn't relate to the whales because whales are going to buy it no matter what. But I really wouldn't buy the officer right when it comes out because we all know it's going to be super expensive, and I'd rather just wait till they release it in the daily special. It'll be way cheaper.
I'm hoping it will be in the daily special.
Well, I remember with Celine, it took them like 2 weeks before they released it in the special.
Yeah, they always trickle that shit down until for like the first week or something like that or some shit. But I don't see them giving us a lot of frags.
I just learned. I'm from learning experience. I know I spent a good amount when Celine first came out, and I ended up regretting it. Because when it came out, on Fridays, it was just so much cheaper.
Well, I mean, you got to realize that it's pay, supply and demand kind of gig, So
yeah, but
you want it now. You're gonna pay for it.
Yeah.
All right, Eric, that should be on your way. Just let me know if when you got it.
What do you think they're gonna fill up six spots for each officer category?
I think they will. I really do.
Woody, I got it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So instead of releasing a gold tier, they're gonna go and give us more shit to spend on.
I mean, of course. It's the, I mean, you could think of all the speeds that you have to spend to play, be active. That would have been enough, but no, they want, they're gonna get more. And the shitty thing is like I do see people. They are already complaining like, oh, again, more money, throwing money into the burner. I think we're at that point, and I think Lee God and many other people have said this in the past that you really, really, really need to start thinking about as an alliance or a nation, what events you want to actually play in and which events you don't want to play in. Like for instance, my nation Triangle War, DLD, and Elite War. No, we're good. I know Elite War is big for a lot of people, but it's really not something you want to really go hard on, unless you are an Elite War Alliance. Don't get me wrong, but like Void and Global Conquest, and maybe I'm not gonna say too much about Frenzy, but those two might be the things you really, really, really want to go hard on. So save all month or 2 weeks or whatever how long it takes to get there, and then go real hard on those events versus Polar Invasion. Oh God, I love it but hate it. I love it but hate it. Same with Iron Blood. Oh my God, I cannot.
Think about how boring that is, though, Woody.
What?
Think about that, though. Like, if everybody starts to go down that road, think about how boring that will be, though.
No, and I get that. I get that, but I mean,
One second. 1 second.
one.
I'm just thinking that there definitely needs to be a little bit of balance with that because I'm just thinking longer term. Like if let's say that an alliance or let's say that a nation just says, "Hey, we're not gonna we're not gonna do frenzy. We're not gonna do frenzy this time."
Right.
So everybody just bubble up, and then we'll recruit like crazy. Well, then like that just takes the fun out of the fight.
Well, there's always going to be people. There's always going to be people that fight. Okay, there's always going to be those whales that they have enough gold to go through entire frenzy, void, polar invasion. They have enough. It's not bothering them. But you got a lot of your players. If you think about it, you got maybe what 5% of your entire alliance that can actually keep up to all these events. I mean, and then the other 95% can't keep up to it, so they're not able to speed in a team attack because they have no more speeds. They just use it all in Iron Blood. So I mean,
what if they lower the prices of speeds?
Not going to happen. That's not going to happen.
Yeah. Well, they're coming. If they keep coming out with new content, they're going to get the flow.
Well,
they're going to get the flow of it.
What I can see happening is there might be more speeds released in the market to buy versus people buying shit like this. I already have enough of these, but I have no speed and my gold's low, so I'm gonna just buy it because of the gold. I can see them possibly putting more speeds in. Like right now, we're kind of on a path to where I think Camel wants us just to buy nonsense for the gold so we can use it for speeding, and that's to me is not fair. And I've even told Camel that it's not fair that you're putting all these back-to-back events like not Triangle War, but Polar Invasion, GC, back-to-back Void. These are all speed, ports, and heal events. Like they're heavy ones too. They're not just like, oh, here's a 2-hour heal. You're fucking healing 7 days, 30 days, 20 days. You can only get so many. But so what happens after that? You got to use gold. So I think that's what's going on right now. And eventually, I think it might die out a little bit. And I think we will be seeing more speeds in here because so many people complain enough about, hey, there's not enough speeds to even be active in what you guys are throwing at us. Then they got to do something. They have to do something. I wish that we had an option to either go in or stay out of Triangle War and DoD. If that was the case, I wouldn't even enter the damn thing. Like, why does it have to be the top 3 that are forced into playing? Like, why don't you give us an option?
You can always make those deals though, where you're like no gold items.
Yeah,
like everybody does that. Everybody talks about it and communicates.
Well,
and as long as you do that, then
that is true. That is true. But all it takes is that one alliance freaking to lowball you, say that, agree to it, and not do it, and it's happened.
Well, that's 709. So just remember that's 709. Everybody else really plays ball.
I'm not going to call any nation out. I'm just saying, I'm not talking about that deal in GC. I'm talking about like a deal in Triangle War where you said a no item in defense, no item in attack. So you follow the rules and you hope they do too, and they end up using all fucking items and hitting you with all
Yeah.
items. Like,
Well, then what you do
that's
is
the
you say
kind.
something in a podcast and you get the word out, and then people know. People know the way people act, and if we can all have a gentleman's agreement, there's certain nations that don't honor gentleman's agreements, and there's certain ones that do. And as long as you can be the good guy and follow along your gentleman's agreement, well, then your nation is known to be of that good order, and everything's cool.
No, I agree 100% of you, but still, you get burned one time, it's really hard to trust others. Hey, Sarge Crash, can you mute your mic?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know my car was. Sorry about that.
No, it's okay, brother.
I had a question, but I'll pull over.
Well, actually, no. Go ahead. Ask the question.
Do you guys think that, in a way that the Camel's playing this game? Here, I'll pull over anyways, then they'll be quieter. Do you guys think that Camel is kind of structuring this game? Obviously, it's a pay-to-play game, right? We all know that.
Absolutely.
But it feels to me that, I'm a decent spender. I'm not a whale, but I'm a decent spender in this game. And I just think that they're making a business mistake in pushing this game so expensive that they're catering to 5% of their customer base that can actually afford to do all of this stuff. You know what I mean?
No, I know what you mean.
And losing so many people, or just the slow growth of so many, people that are coming up that aren't able to pay the money to expand their city at the rate that some of us are able to do. I just think they're creating a weird thing that's going to catch up to them in the long run.
I honestly think that you're 100% right on that. And I've actually said this before, that I think it's catered to the whales that can afford the game, that have the fuck you money, that what they put into this game is literally pocket change. And when I say pocket change, I don't mean literally, the $100 bill sitting in their pocket. I mean, like, it's not going to make or break their bills, their savings, or anything like that. It might be catered to that, but you got to also think about it like this: the people that are doing it, they're not stopping.
No, I know that. I know that. But what I'm saying is, on a rainy day when that whale quits this game, that money's gone. Now, I'd rather have 200 players that are spending at a lower rate, of the game, but still having continuous money coming in. You know what I mean? Like, it's I don't know.
I agree, but
I agree with him too. I think they would make way more money if they actually dropped their prices. They would get way more people to spend, and I mean way more people.
They would,
and it
but
would outweigh what whales are spending actually.
They're just milking the cow. They don't really give a shit. They Game
Well, they
Award.
should, because it's going to affect them eventually. I mean, it might not stay, and it might not in 4 years, but eventually it's going to affect the game.
Right, Game Award started doing $1,000 packs, bro, like $999 packs, right?
Jesus Christ!
And when they got to that point, I lasted a little bit in there, but then I just said I don't even think the game is on anymore. But it was just like this one, and they got greedy and people stopped playing. But they made their money. I guarantee you, they made their money.
A lot of people actually are quitting this game. I mean, I know a ton of players that left, and of course, new nations open up and they get more customers. But eventually,
I like how you said that. I like how you said it. Customers.
It's synonymous with suckers. Same word.
I think everyone in the game, no offense, are suckers, including myself. But
So
I mean, you think about it like this. We all have hobbies.
For sure.
People, their hobbies are some cars. Fishing, hunting, so on and so forth, and that's what they spend big money in. I mean, look at the cars. Some cars cost over $100,000. This game costs well over that. But I'm just saying, this is our hobby. Their hobby is cars, guns, whatever you want to call it. But this is our hobby, and so what if it lasts 3-4 years? We had fun, and we walk away from it. It happens.
Right.
But the next game that you play, you're probably going to spend more in. The reason I say that because you already know how to build it.
Right. True.
We just gotta all come together and get PS5s and play for free.
So here's a little reality check. When I took a little 6-month break from this game, right? That was a little over a year ago, and I just started to play. I decided I was going to try to play War Robots. I spent $6,000 in the first month. I'm like, whoa, what did I just do? Like, and then after that, I found out that everything I just bought next in 2 weeks was going to get nerfed, and I'd have to start the whole $6,000 spending again. I was like, fuck this. So it's not just this game, guys. It's not just this game. It's
No, and I know that. It's just I think everyone needs to moderate themselves. You know what I mean? Because they keep pushing all these new events and now dropping a new officer. You know, it's like they're creating something that's never ending. You know, and I get it. Like I get the business model. I just think they're pushing it too hard,
too fast.
Too fast. That's what I mean. They're pushing it too fast on us. They're not. They should be dragging this out a little bit. You know what I mean?
No, I know what you mean, but you also got to think about it like this: is those huge mega whales? They're all maxed out. They stop spending. So, in a business aspect, how do we keep these other players that are maxed out continue to spend and continue to be happy?
Well,
you know, like
maybe that's when Camel should cater to those specific players and open up another level, or that's not going to affect anyone underneath of them.
Oh, but dude, it's going to affect them because as soon as when you say another level, then you got those C-34s saying, "Well, that's just going to make it even harder to burn a 41 now that they're a 45." I mean, it's you hear it every single time something new comes on. I mean, look at Facebook. Anything that comes out new, you got the whole freaking throwing money in a fire gig. Those people that quit the game. Oh, I'm happy I quit the game freaking a year ago. Okay, what are you doing in the actual freaking Age of Origins freaking Facebook? If you quit the game, leave. No offense.
Yeah.
And if they're one of my fans, I apologize. But I mean, like for real, like. By staying in there, you're eventually gonna get hooked to come back and play.
Correct.
You leave the game, get out, delete anything that has to do with it. That's like true way to get out of the game. Is any kind of game like spending game is delete anything that you can have ties to it and just go. Like look at Jimmy Hoffa. Jimmy Hoffa asked me what he should do. What's that?
Did you find him?
Actually, Jimmy Hoffa, I had a pretty long phone conversation with him, and he was asking me. That was a good fart, but he asked me how, because he was so addicted to the game, and he people have families, but he asked me how to get out of it. I said, dude, you just got to give your shit away, delete anything, even block my number, any kind of contact that you have to anyone in the game. You just got to get out, block them, and just not talk to them again. That's the only way out. Let's be real. I hate to say it like that because I'm a YouTuber for the game, but for the people that this is an addiction, guys, but we have fun doing it.
Right, and I was just going to say that along the same thread of that. The game is fun, everybody, but it is a slight addiction to all of us. I mean, it is.
Slight? No. This is like...
I wake up in the morning, I check my base, I go to bed, I check my base, at lunch, I check... You know what I mean? Like, it's
a full-blown addiction.
Yeah, dude, this is worse than crack, dude. Let's be real.
It's a lot more expensive.
When you gotta set your alarm clock to check your bubble on a game, you got a problem.
Yeah.
When you wake up in the middle of the night, did I bubble?
Oh, just to participate, right? Like
Or you get a Viber call at 3:30 and your wife looks at you in bed like, "Are you serious?" And I'm like, "Sorry."
Really, the zombie game again? Yeah, you got a problem. If you
I gotta run to the office real quick.
If you have to cancel a meeting for your business to play Elite War, there's something not right.
Or fire somebody to balance the budget.
Are you fucking shitting me? You would fire someone to balance your budget to spend on a game? Oh my god, I thought I was bad. Damn. Dude, imagine them going to the fucking unemployment office and they ask you why you fired him. Well, there's this game and I could really use his paycheck. Because there's a new officer coming out. Could you imagine that? Oh my god, that's horrible. You're bad, dude.
I just thought it. I'm sure many other people have.
Holbert, go ahead.
It's just funny that you guys are like, this is so damn addictive. Also, can you please reduce the price of my drugs?
Right? Reduce it. We want more.
I think Camel wants those free players to quit. They have servers. Servers have costs. We know there's always like performance problems. That's because of a lot of players, among other issues.
Oh my god, I gotta show you guys something. Okay, the brand new server. This is only days old. Only days old. Okay, hold on. Is this gonna let me create a new one? I don't think it is. Oh, maybe it will.
I don't believe it. Don't.
The whole entire server, from corner to corner, is filled with cities already.
I know.
This is how the new game starts now. When you
it makes me want to start a new city.
Yeah, right off the bat, you're doing this.
Isn't that what they ad on Facebook shows right there? Is how this game is supposed to be?
This is the ad that got us hooked.
Yes, and there's not even that game type in the game until now.
Yep.
Isn't there a commercial you guys all seen where it's like the guy's like, oh, the creators made a real game off the fake ad?
Yeah. But then the game starts. I actually like this game. This is like what got me hooked here is this game right here. That wanted to play it.
They need to do better on their mini games.
I've never played that, but that mini game looks nice. I like that.
Well, if
this is the new Mercenary Survivor.
Well, no, they have no, they have that too. They still have that too. This is just the updated one. So they got that other one, but they use that in the challenge part.
Right. This is just like the first one that you see in that row. But then if you go to the challenge one in the bottom corner, then I think you still play like the arena version.
So, hey, wait, I got a question, or anybody can answer. So, like, before I started playing this game, right?
Mm-hmm.
I stopped playing video games like a long time ago. And then I started playing this game. I was talking story with my friend the other day, and he was telling me that some people are even spending money in Call of Duty now. I mean, of course, it's not what we spend, but that you can buy like guns and armor stuff. And I was like, really? Like, is this becoming a thing nowadays? It's all about pay to play win games now?
Oh, of course it is, dude.
In games like COD, it's all cosmetic. Like sometimes you can buy a weapon earlier versus like leveling up to unlock and stuff. But like I play COD a lot, and like most everything in these games these days, like Warzone, COD, it all started with Fortnite because basically these companies realized that for free to play and then like selling cosmetics and battle passes and everything like that, like the revenue stream is just way better than a $60 game. Like
bro, you have brands selling clothes, digital clothes. It's just fucking insane. You got people like Nike and shit like that's fucking insanity. I don't understand why you got to buy brand name clothes in a game.
Because it's a Nike. Because they're Jordans, dude. They're Jordans.
People spending thousands of dollars on duking out their computer, and people are paying and live streaming. My friend told me there was this guy, he won like $1 million on a Fortnite tournament.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
like
the prize
are
pools
you
for a lot of
serious?
games are massive these days.
Not
like Dota and stuff like that. Like these mobile games.
We're all playing the wrong game,
multi-million
guys. We need to get better at Fortnite, and we can win $1 million.
I agree with that. 100%.
I just realized I criticize people spending on games. I shouldn't have.
So check this out. Maybe I can. We'll go in this far.
Woody, you got to get Camel. You got to get Camel to put that mini game in all our cities. Come on.
Look at this, guys. This
That's
is
crazy.
2 fucking days old.
But those are all RSS sellers, right?
I don't know. I seriously think it's someone with a fucking bot that just keeps leaving them on. Like we're in the corner of the map, guys, and this is where it just starts getting light. Nope. I take that back. It's still fucking heavy, and we're in the corner of the fucking map. Let's check this corner.
But new cities don't populate the red or orange zone.
Yeah, but still.
Like when you create it, I don't think they do, at least in like the low 1200s, because I was doing some testing, kind of like what you're doing, just to see what the distribution of new cities looks like.
Dude, it's fucking crazy.
This one looks light. This must be like only a day old or something.
It's 2 days old.
Yeah. I remember one of the ones you showed on an earlier stream. It was like, there was literally not even a free space.
Yeah. Like this.
Yeah, it looked like the whole map looked like this.
Well, the whole map, other than those far corners, are like that.
It's wild.
Like how does this even happen? Like I don't think this is like you can't. I think it's a resource seller, but
It's got to be bought.
they're all freaking got a bot to, to auto make fucking cities, and they just leave it on overnight or something.
They got merged like 100 times.
Like look at that, dude. Like
yeah, but isn't this sad? I mean, isn't this nation just always going to be trash if it's a resource seller? Because they're going to open a new nation.
Yeah.
And imagine if you're in here and you can't even fill an alliance with actual players.
Well, let's see what. I can't even look.
All right, it's time for this night shifter to go to bed. Night, Woody.
Good night. I'm not. Yeah, look at the highest I got is level 19. So this is brand fucking new. And the shitty thing is like these guys are probably the actual spenders right here, and they're spending.
What's that, like a 1200 or something?
1255. That's crazy, isn't it? Let's see what it looks like blown up. That's crazy.
You know those spenders are going to quit too. Those guys that go hard early are rarely the guys that stick around.
Yeah, they're gonna. What's gonna happen is they're eventually going to see the YouTubes, and they're gonna see us say something like this, and they're gonna be like, "What the fuck? Why they got a point there? Why is our fucking shit like that?" And they're gonna realize that they got fucking 200 fucking messages from resource sellers asking if they want to buy freaking resources. Yeah, it's crazy. Fuck, I can't even freaking log out of this yet. Damn it, I gotta go farther.
You gotta upgrade to 5, I think, to be able to
get out.
Yeah.
What was I drinking?
If you want to look at like a slightly developed, like newer nation, I think 1236, 1236. I was doing some like new nation research, and like honestly, that nation is already pretty stacked. I was surprised, like officer power, like well over 1 million for I think like a 2.5-month-old nation or something like that, with like multiple people. Like I think they're pushing like someone like a C-33, C-34 or something.
So you think they're going to be hold on. You think they're going to be some whales there?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like there already are. It's crazy.
That's crazy.
But I think like a lot of these people, like especially in the 1200s, I think like all these people are like experienced players.
Oh, so they just players that quit and they went there. Now, do you think they're
Yeah, I
going?
think
Do you
maybe
think they're?
they're like mediums in old nations that want to be big. So
Well, you gotta realize a lot of these players are in these newer nations are the players that's been kicked out of the older nations because they are, been burnt too many times, or they're free to play and their time's up, kind of deal, or stuff like that. And they walk in there saying, "I'm experienced. I came from older nation, and I know what I'm doing. Listen to me." And I mean, they might know what they're doing till like C32, C34, but after that, I mean, they've never played in a 35 or a 36 or a 37. So how do they know what's supposed to be done right? Because they've never played in it. I mean, let's be real, guys. We don't all know what should be done right until we actually play get into that kind of city. That's when
Literally is the most annoying thing too in the world.
It is.
It's the most annoying thing. They'll take a a C32, and the guy knows stuff. Like he knows like the little tricks and this and that and everything. So he teaches everybody, and he's like, he's the instigator of the nation. I have one of those in my nation. He's the instigator of the nation, and everybody follows this guy around like he's like, good Lord, I hate it. And it's the biggest annoyance in the world. If you don't have a C41 and you don't play at that level, then you really, I'm sorry, but you shouldn't be acting like you do.
We had notice how I said had.
Peter, are you talking about Oak?
Who?
Peter knows what I'm talking about.
Hell yes, I'm talking about Oak. Hell yes, I'm talking about Oak.
Oh, come on, Peter, come on.
Most annoying damn thing in the world, too. He's got like a C36 in some 300 nation. He's like, you acting like you're a big... He like... leave him alone.
We have someone here that's like 34, and he tried telling me how to run shit. I'm like, dude, you're 34, dude. Like,
I know, man.
You might know up to 34, and that's cool. But 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, you don't know a damn thing about. Like, don't. We also have another person that will say, "Oh, your speeders, you
Peter
ruin it."
is just mean.
He'll say, "Oh,
He's just mean."
We have a player.
I'm sorry, Woody. I triggered her. I got her going, man. Because she's friends with this guy, so she knows exactly who I was talking about.
We have a player here that will blame people when you lose like a polar invasion or this and that. It's like, dude, no. And blame the speeders. It's like, okay.
Oh, you shouldn't talk about Raz when he's not around.
No, I'm not talking about Raz. But they'll blame the speeders. Like, oh, we lost that elite war because your speeders you ran out of speed. It's like, listen, dude, like you're real close to being not a part of this nation soon if you keep your mouth up blaming the speeders for why we lost. Like, no, we lost because they were fucking stronger and they had 25 more people than we did. That's why we lost, not because of speeders. We lost because they just overpowered us.
Woody, there's actually legit people who they play this game because they're addicted to trying to be like an R5 and acting like they know, and I've actually came across a few players like that.
Dude,
you can keep up. I fuck that shit.
It's mind blowing because a lot of them don't even really know shit. Like, I came from the old nations, like you say, or it's like they're addicted of trying to teach people a game that they're actually not really good at and give them some kind of like power trip.
So, yeah, but people follow strong. I mean, you don't have to be an R5 to get to be a leader, because you can have an R5 that doesn't do shit, and you can have R4 and R3 that's taking care of business. You don't need that. I mean, I don't want it, but you don't really need one R5.
So the best kind of R5 out there. Okay, so the idea R5 out there is the kind of person that can literally on a dot say kick and burn. On a dot. They're not their friends. They're not going to get a side fucking message saying, hey man, protect me. No. A real true good R5 will know the rules and follow them and be like, kick and burn. That's what a good R5 will do, because that's discipline and that's what needs to be done. You have those alliances that will be like, no, just give them one more chance. No, that can't happen, because if you give them one chance, they're going to mess up again because you let them get away with it. And if you give them away with them twice, they're going to do it a third time. It happens so many times. And
we zeroed 75 million BP players. I think he's a 38 or 39 for not bubbling. We kicked him, burned him, and he's pissed. But
well, okay. Now there comes a point between knowing who and who not to. If there's a 39 that continuously,
well, he's not really participating. You know, he's just
okay.
There.
Well, then he was just a freaking BP hoarder, which probably needs to be burned anyways. But I'm talking about like a player that literally waits for the last 5 minutes to bubble when he should have been bubbled an hour and a half ago. And in every single fucking void, he's being burned. That's a player that is a liability, that there's going to be many, many times that he gets burned. It's time to get rid of him, get him out of your nation, because it's a liability. And I hate to say that, but it's the truth. And I know that hurts a lot of people's feelings because, they got close and private message with them. But this is a game, and I didn't just drop $1,000 in a freaking void just to lose because this guy decided, oh well, my bubble came undone, or my alarm didn't go off, or my dog ate my homework, kind of shit. Like I did not
That's
spend that.
exactly what Oak says. That's what Oak says.
Well, I'm
Just to
just
go back to that, he'll say, well, then don't spend it. Don't spend
well,
$1,000.
that's the thing. I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have to spend any. I shouldn't have to spend that to win. You know what I mean?
Right.
I shouldn't have to. But if I have to, there's a problem.
Right.
Now, Woody, I love that player in your nation. He's the best.
No, that
he saved
no
me
that
so much money and speeds and gold. It was awesome.
you're talking
Love
about. Hold on, I'll show you what player you're talking about. You're talking about
Great player. Loved him. Phenomenal.
this player right here. That's still.
You need ports to your hive to make it easy for you.
You're talking about this player, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, if that bubble drops. If that bubble drops.
Woody, that was crazy. Last time when Lee God was saying he had 2 trolls that been living in a bubble for 3 years. I mean, like, you have mental health problems to be able to do that.
You're this
not
guy
normal.
ports in your nation in your hive and unbubbles and gives you all the points and then rebubbles after he's done.
No, he rebubbled. He rebubbled when I ported next to them because they
Yeah,
knew
he
I
wants
was.
to make sure we get all the points, not Woody.
Yeah, I was like. Yeah, I was not too happy.
I had never seen that ever. A big city do that. That was the first ever.
Dude, I was so pissed off, and it was over something that happened in a completely different nation. Like in the 1200s, like you're bringing that garbage into ours.
Ugh.
Oh my god! Like you make me want
I
to
sent him a basket of edibles.
Almost makes you want to build a city over there and fucking just zero them out over there.
I may have
Woody,
heard you
about
say that.
What's
what
that?
did you do in 1232?
What?
What did you do in 1232 where our people left?
What do you mean? What did I do? It's not what I did. It's what freaking she did here.
Who? Jamie?
Yep.
What? She took her people and left.
Okay, then that's fine. She can leave. That's fine. I went over there and asked, hey, you guys could at least said you're leaving, not just leave. And if you are leaving, let me know so I can zero the troops out here. And then I guess someone else from SPT went over there, someone that she didn't have good, I don't know, friends with. And I didn't know they caused trouble. All of a sudden, one frenzy came around. All of a sudden, she's porting next to the enemy, giving them points, healing, and just giving them points over and over again. And then the message says, "Oh, you can thank this person for that." Now you fucked with me. Like it ain't. Now it's about me.
I thanked him for the record.
Like it's about me now because you just gave the points away in front of me. Like I just spent $2,500 for this frenzy, a frenzy at that, and you just gave away points over that. Yeah, okay. Now you made it personal. It ain't about that other person. Now
I may have gotten a few hits in there, just so you know.
Dude, you wouldn't even tell me where it was. Hey, here's the thing. I was on voice chat with Just the Tip, which was the enemy nation, because we were trying to set up an all hit on my city from them to see what I can do. And he's all like, "Hey, dude, what the fuck is wrong with this person?" I'm like, "What are you talking about? They just ported here and unbubbled, and we're hitting them, and they just fucking healed." I'm like, "Dude, where?" He's like, "Wait, hold on, let me get a couple more hits."
3 times.
Like 3 times.
Full fleets 3 times.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, "Oh my god!"
So you're saying Jamie did that?
I have it on video. I have it on video.
Yeah, he does.
And Justin Tip was right there.
Everybody's like, "Where's he at? Where's he at?" I said, "Hold on, let me finish."
Like it was on video. I was watching it live. Like it was. There's no lying about it anymore. You're caught. The whole game sees what you did, and now you're hiding.
Well,
in the
I only heard one version of it.
Well, of course,
so.
there's 3 sides.
I'm the one who was hitting him. If that answers your question.
There's always 3
and
sides.
me and like 7 or 8 other people who couldn't believe he did it.
There's always 3 sides of the story. Her story, my side, and my side. No, the recorded side. Because video don't lie. Video don't lie.
I may have told Woody where it was going on too. After I
you went
get
to their nation.
What's that?
You went to their nation.
Afterwards, yeah.
1232 now.
Afterwards, yeah. So.
Who did you?
Woody had a few things to say for about 24 hours.
I had some couple things to say to them. and I have every right to. I'm not gonna let that shit slide. I don't expect anyone in any nation to let that shit slide.
Who did you send?
Bottom line, when that fucking bubble comes undone, that city right here is gonna be zeroed out. I don't care who owns it. It's gonna be zeroed out. All 39,000 BP is getting hit four to 5 times. Bottom line, it could be a 37, it could be a 41. I'm zeroing that bitch out.
I don't think he has any more heals.
That's something you don't play around with in a nation that spends heavy. You don't play around with a heavy spender in like that. Any fucking nation that would do that. Bottom line, that city comes unbubbled, it's being zeroed out, and I have all alliances looking for it if it decides to port. People are not happy over that. Like, not happy at all.
No, it's not cool, to be honest. It's really not.
That makes, and plus being on video, it makes the nation look very bad.
Yeah, well,
And
this
he even
is
put
how
a
I got.
message. He even put a message in there saying why he did it.
Yeah, let's go check this message out.
Well, giving points to other nation is how I got to meet Peter, and I'm very thankful for that. He's a great guy.
And he didn't just give
And we
points.
kept in touch.
He unbubbled, let us kill all his troops, healed, let us kill all his troops, healed, let us kill all his troops, healed, let us kill all his troops.
Yeah,
You said he? Are we?
Well, he or
are
she,
we
whoever it
talking
is,
about
this
Jamie?
account that we're talking about.
Hey, so I met her because her entire alliance did it. Her entire alliance ported over to her Black Sand.
No, just this person. And this
No. I'm trying to explain. When I first met her, she was so mad at TopMan that she wanted to help. She wanted to help us win. So her entire alliance ported over to our nation and just sat there unbubbled, then healed themselves, and then
wait, who did that?
And we still
I
couldn't
did
win.
that.
I think we still lost. I think it was like it was unbelievable. You know, the amount of power this TopMan guy was just zipping around,
Yes,
getting
Woody, but
everybody.
that was a good lesson for them to learn that one alliance cannot do everything. I got my message out there. It had the effect I wanted, and after that we started talking, communicating, and making rules and working
That's
together
not
as a
just one
nation.
Yeah, but
This taught me a lesson about women.
I'm sorry. I would have erased. I would have erased the whole alliance.
Hold on, I'll mute your ass. Hold on. Listen, this isn't day one shit. This is like we're 2 years in. This isn't day one stuff where things cost $50 for a heal. No,
this was the beginning, and it was a frenzy.
Yeah, it was first frenzy.
Right,
Yeah.
but this is now people are dropping thousands of dollars into a single event. That they're affecting someone else's wallet just because they have a grudge against someone else. Like that's not cool.
I'll just tell you, I won't do that again, because when I first did it, I think it was like C33 or something like that, and I didn't know any better. And she was like, "Well, I really hate TopMan, and like he's a tyrant in our nation." And I was like, "Oh, okay."
TopMan is I can't thank that guy enough. Like
Well,
he's
no,
like
it
one of the
wasn't
nicest guys
actually.
you'll ever meet. Like no joke.
No,
I just didn't want you to think that I was that kind of guy, because I think it was so young in the game that I didn't really know any better. She was like, "We're gonna come give you points," and I was like, "Yum, okay."
Okay, come on. TopMan back then, TopMan just started spending. He, as most of Woody especially, TopMan doesn't type very much because he usually speaks English, not types it. So before I became friends with TopMan and had the pleasure to meet him live when I was in Saudi, I didn't speak to him because he wasn't speaking. So his spokesperson was Vec, another Arabic guy from Saudi. And that guy was a fucking bully. So I said, okay, I'm going to teach Vec a lesson.
You talking about Vec?
It's Teru's city.
Yeah, Vec.
He was the actual bully.
Yeah, so Vec, he left the day that I came here is the day he quit the game.
Yes, he left because TopMan left, and he had his final exams to become a doctor. And TopMan told him to focus on his career and life and just, forget about the game. So he gave the account to Teru.
Let's see what's going on in 1032. Kind of looks like you guys are in
But
Civil
hey,
War.
Peter, that was good. We kept in touch for 2 years. We stayed friends.
You guys are in Civil War over here.
Yes, but I just want to say I want to say something to that. That taught me a lesson about women in general. Women
Here we go.
in general. Okay, if
I
you
like this
mess with
conversation. I like this conversation. Go ahead, bro.
Okay, Raz, you're really gonna like this. You're really gonna like
Well,
this.
just hey,
if you mess with a woman,
Retap. Hold on. Just remember, I'm live, and I don't want to lose my monetization.
it's okay. I understand that. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. I'm not gonna. It's gonna be PG. Okay, and all the women are going to agree, and all of the men are going to agree. What I'm about to say. If you mess with any woman in this game, she will figure out a way to just terrorize you for the rest of it. Until you make up with her, it's gonna be hell. It's gonna be hell until you make up with her. So the best thing you can do is just sort of just go along the game with these women and just try to give them a little bit of what they want. You can't give them everything that they want, but you got to give them a little bit of what they want, because if you don't, they just terrorize you. They'll figure out a way. They'll teleport to another nation. They'll give points up. They'll sit in the towers. They'll do all kinds of different stuff.
It sounds like you're talking about everyday life.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So that's why it was PG. It was perfectly fine. Just didn't mess with Woody.
What I don't understand is they left our. Okay, this is what I don't understand is. Riggs, you're gonna have to mute your mic, man. So what I don't understand is they left our nation to go play in 1232, a peaceful nation at that, and a very, very well disciplined nation. They left that nation to play in this new nation that they're in civil war with now. Like they fucking backpedaled. It makes no sense. Like I don't get why they did that. And of course they said they blame me. They blame me because I made a comment saying, if you don't bubble, I'm gonna burn you. Because it was close to freaking the end of freaking Void. We were 100 million points away, and they're here trying to set a trap against 41s.
That's a valid reason.
That's like you don't set a trap when your highest is a 37, and you got 341s sitting around your hive. You don't do that. You learn to bubble and just take that win and stay bubbled. Because you got an hour left. Literally, there's an hour left of Void, guys. And you're 100 million point difference, and you're winning. You know what's happening? Every single monster in that enemy nation is literally looking everywhere in your nation for anything to drop a bubble, and they will speed in there with like 10, 20 people. Like it was that scenario. So
it goes back to our conversation the other day when we were talking about people leaking by just trapping in a way where you know they're going to lose. So it's just bleeding it's bleeding and trying to have some strategy behind bleeding. It's like it's like a very clever way of bleeding without being so obvious about it. And I literally can't stand it. I don't think if you don't have a C41 in your alliance, you can't trap during Frenzy or Void. Period. The end. If we're going up against C38s, okay, well maybe if you've got some C36s, C37s, you can trap. No problem, right? But if you've got C41s, and if you have no C41s inside your alliance, and your alliance is trapping, and you're doing 30 people traps or 25 people traps, it just shouldn't be allowed. It just shouldn't be allowed. And if you say something about it, you're the tyrant for it.
Joker, don't worry.
He's having fun. Whatever.
Sorry, Joker. Had to mute you. You were doing too loud. Like of all the things that happen in my fucking lives, it's like seriously disrespectful right there. Wow. I'm alive. Come on, man. What nation you from again? I'm gonna come visit you. I'm joking. I wouldn't do that. No, but that is true right there. I mean, guys, you can't. You got to know your limits. And the whole opening boxes, or we're reinforcing, we got people. Like, for instance, you come up against a player like me that is able to do something like this to 14 people and probably could have done a lot more to like 30 people. There's no. Know your enemy, know what you can handle, and I'm not making fun of 905 or anything. It's just a report. Like that's even though this is polar. I mean, this is we weren't charged, we weren't anything. You were straight, no fucking items. I'm going to hit. That shit's real. And if it's void, imagine 3.6 million troops out of all those 14 people that are shared. Um, Losing fucking 175, 293. I mean, that's big.
It's a hard day of living.
Yeah, and that's just one hit. That's just one hit.
That's
Imagine
one, yeah.
Imagine if I sent 5 dicks. That's just, oh.
Did Purge jump in here this morning, Woody?
Yeah, Purge was in here.
Did he tell you what he did last night?
He did not.
He won C40.
Did he? Congratulations, Purge. All right. Wasn't he just 39 not too long ago? Like he just went to 39.
Yeah, probably 3-4 months ago, maybe.
Okay.
So yeah, that's the biggest in our nation right now.
Let me ask you, do you know his stats? I'm not trying to like throw him out there for people like frenzy or anything, but where's his stats?
He's solid.
Solid.
He's solid. Yeah, he's at a C39, he's able to compete with 40s and some 41s. I mean,
okay,
he's solid.
Okay, yeah, I do. I've seen him played a couple times. He's a good guy. I like Purge.
Purge likes to go. He likes to kill.
when he says, "Hey, we're gonna send 60 people at you," they send 57.
Yeah,
they come. So, as a matter of fact, I still have.
You probably have the one against my city in there.
I got you guys are set in my favorites.
Yeah.
Right here.
Oh, you went against. Yep.
Yeah, so you made my favorites. Yay. You made my favorites. You made the channel. How's that? And there's another one. See, here's the thing. You guys had more. You had more. So you had 34, and that was a failed attack. But directly after, you had 57. So that was literally they had almost a whole entire alliance there. Just the timing was off.
It was just the timing was off. Yep.
The 57. Put it this way. I can't. It won't let me replay it. But it was 34 seconds long. This between 57 people, 34 seconds. So you can only imagine the one before it with only 34. It was probably like 22 seconds or maybe 20 seconds long. So those other 57, they just came late, and so that would have been a total almost 100 people.
That's our goal someday. We'd like to get at least a 90 shot into a couple people, because it does, even with lower level cities, you can do serious damage with that many people.
Oh, absolutely. Did you know that you have bunch of lower level cities, and they're literally your meat tank, you're tanking their meat shields for your bigger players. Regardless, those lower level troops are going to die much faster. It just might be enough time for those big cities to kill what they need to kill to break through that front line. And that's what you want. Now, I'm not saying to send a freaking 26 in there, and
no,
no, don't do that. Like,
pointless.
26 shouldn't be in the number one alliance for one. Period. And like in our nation, we went C29 and below, T4s only. If you have more, for instance, there was this guy. Oh my God, I have him on block now, and I feel bad because he was a fan, I should say. But he was a C14 right here, and my last live, I attacked him just to test something out with you guys, and I got a message back from him. Why you attacking me, dude? What the fuck? A 41 attacking a 14. I'm like, dude, I'm sorry, this and that. And then I looked at the report, and he had T5s. I'm like, I attacked you because you had T5s. Like, you're supposed to have only T4s. You're a C fucking 14. Like, what the hell are you thinking? So, and now he's in the corner fucking.
Such a hypocrite.
F around and find out. That's how that works.
I didn't even know. I was just like attack. I thought it was an empty dead city. I really did. Oh, look at that. We already got people attacking us. Look at that. I think no, it wasn't this guy. It was someone else. But either way, the fact of the matter is he had troops that are above T4. I didn't know. I was just trying to prove a point. I can't even remember what I was doing. I was attacking and trying to figure out something while I'm attacking. If, like, can I bubble while I'm attacking? Or it did something. I just can't remember.
I know that a higher level Titans and stuff can raise the power of lower cities, but do lower cities also debuff higher level cities? They do, right? It goes both ways.
Correct. Which is why when you have a team attack, you want that strong guy to be the first one in.
The first one in. Okay.
First one in. You want that strong guy to speed in and be the first one in, because his Titans are going to carry that.
Okay.
What Woody's trying to say is he's trying to say, like, the moment he has his all of the different buffs, the overshield and gosh, let me look it up, but they stack, and they stack for a long period of time. So the longer they're in that duration, the better off they're going to hit.
Okay.
Like Thor and Weaken, the lightning. When the lightning hits and it gets like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it keeps stacking. Then what it's doing is it's throwing HP on top of a blanket of everybody that's inside of your battle, and then it's throwing attack boosts on top of everybody that's inside of your battle, and then it's also making the opponents that you're fighting up against, making them weaker.
Okay, that makes sense.
Hey, don't believe all that. Woody just wants all the kills.
What? I don't want all the kills. I did like
that. He's known in the AOZ world of being a C-34 killer.
That's funny. That's all you see in GC chat. No joke.
Why does it matter?
Look at his video. Look at his Void video he just posted.
C41.
He's killing 33s.
Yeah. I attack 41s.
Wow, this is the Woody. Baloney.
I have attacked 41s plenty of times, dude. Like, plenty of times.
Okay, let's give you a percentage here. How many do you kill more 41s or 34s?
Wait, your percentage is wrong to begin with. Is there more?
Let me ask, hold on. Here's a better question for you, Just a Tip. Even in your older nations, what's the percentage of a 41 in that area?
Honestly, I focus on 39s
compared to 36s.
That's what I'm searching for. Even in Ironblood, I search for nothing but 39s and up.
Well, because of the points, yeah, I get that. But if nothing's open and there's a 34 that drops above,
I'm not going to
exactly my point. Exactly my point.
I will say this: I'm usually searching. Like, if you see somebody getting hit by a rain of 7, 8, 10, 20 people, I'm usually following the lines back, looking for the bigger player to hit. Every time.
In these older nations, as you see in my nation, other than that one crazy account, you ain't finding a city to hit. Like.
That's not true. I caught K138, and we caught Hellfish. We zeroed them both.
Okay,
gotcha.
You know what I mean.
I followed the line back, and I got him. That's what I'm saying is I try to hit the bigger cities. If I got 10 to choose from, I'm hitting the bigger one first every time.
Look who we have in. I'll go into that. We have 830 for Frenzy.
Oh, you want to trade?
Who you got?
785.
No. I don't want nothing to do with 75. I wish you guys luck.
I think we need to trade. I think it's more than fair. He's in
your no. Fuck that. Remember you bragging how we've had such easy voids and easy this and that. Well, now you got a tough
I've never
one.
fought him. I don't know.
You got a tough one.
But I will say this: somebody who said they just had him for void, and they said they had 0 whales and they beat him. Now, I don't know if that's true. Obviously, I'm not in that nation. But that's what they were saying.
They did just lose their void.
They did. Yeah, they did. It's totally true. 767.
So then it was true. Then so it obviously doesn't. It's
yeah, but
as
767. Dude,
how
okay.
smart you are and how you play.
So 767. Listen, 767, and I know Commander's in there. I can see him right there. That's bullshit because they have a whale there. Commander's a super fucking whale. He's strong as fuck.
Okay. I was told they had no whales in the house.
And they have a lot of numbers there. Now, in 785, they got a lot of active people, so you're gonna be running into all the Vegases, you're gonna be running into Holbrook, you're gonna be running into all those people, and you might find some leaks over there. You might, but it's gonna be very slim, and I promise it'll be very slim. But you're gonna.
I anticipate it. I mean, it's going to be interesting. That's for sure.
Oh yeah. You're gonna see 4 Vegases, a Holbrook, and all of them flying in there all at once.
No, I'm with you. Oh well, we already plan to stay out of towers. We already told everybody we can't beat them in towers.
Oh
but,
come on, dude! Come on, you can do towers.
No, we ain't doing no towers.
Oh, come on, dude! You did it on us though.
Hey! We know when to say no.
Oh what? Come on, dude! You guys got like fucking 200 freaking nations above.
Well, we have a split. We have a split superpower, so it wouldn't work for us. If we had a super alliance, I would agree with you. We would give it a shot.
No,
but we don't.
I think you and Holbrook would be a good fight.
His Titans aren't even max. I thought he was a full max player. He's not. I think I'm actually stronger than Holbrook. It's Vegas. I'm not stronger than.
Oh shit!
I'm just looking at his stats. I'm looking at his Titans. That's all I'm basing it off of. I'm not saying anything else. He could be a better player. Could be better fleet setups.
Vegas has got like 4 C-41s.
We have 5 or 6.
Vegas does?
No, we do. No, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, but Vegas,
again, that's one player. So let's face it. He's playing 24 hours.
Oh, this is going to be an interesting frenzy.
Well, we're not going hard because we're going to play this another event we might want to play, so we're not going to be spending.
Oh, come on, dude! You got to try. You got to try.
I would try Holbrook 1-on-1 though. I would do that. I mean, I'm not against that. Heck, I'd even try Vegas. It's fucking frenzy. Who cares? I'm not going to hit his main with fucking 500 million BP. I mean, that's kind of stupid.
I want to see.
But I would hit Holbrook 1-on-1 all day long. I hit Vegas all day. I'm in there with Monkey King, and shoot, I assure you, he's beating him.
I don't think they've ever met yet.
No, I've fought every big mega player almost out there, and I can tell you which ones I don't want to see.
You don't want to see Holbrook, I promise you that.
His Titans aren't max. Woody, your Titans are bigger than his. You see that, right?
Dude, you don't want to see Holbrook. I promise you that. Like,
I'm just going by pure strength.
That guy.
Did you see
that? MRA or
fight? Did you see that fight with what's his name, with Ronaldo?
Yeah, but again, you guys are fake news, and you're going to make me sound like Raz now. Damn it! He saw 2 battle reports, and even Holbrook said, because he's a good guy, like him a lot. He told the truth. He said, "Yeah, but there's a lot more where I got beat."
Yeah.
So you can't base it off of an event that isn't even stats. It's not an even. You know what I mean? You can't do that. It's just not fair.
I mean, to be fair, I didn't know. It was Ronaldo. I couldn't see whether or not Ronaldo's Titans were in that battle.
No. Even if it was, he was still debuffed. I mean, there's all sorts of things that go on. The attacker has the advantage in that event. I mean, there's, you know what I mean? You lose an officer or whatever. I can't remember which one it was.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so it's not an even deal.
1-on-1 in the tower.
Yeah, so it's not an even matchup. So, I mean, if you want to go with the Raz deal where you hit him 100 times and you beat him once and now you're the winner, hey, I guess go ahead and claim
it. Where's Raz? I can't believe he's not saying anything.
I mean, he knows it. He
just took it, man. He's sitting there in the background crying, taking a dump.
Oh man,
that's who he is. That's a win.
Don't poke the bear, guys. Don't poke hey, if you want to poke the bear, wait till I'm not live anymore.
But yeah, at the end of the day, it's crazy. We're gonna have fun. Well, I'm not playing very hard. I probably won't even score top 10 because I need to save all my resources.
Oh come on, man! You gotta try. You gotta try. You gotta try.
We have 61 in GC round, and
they got 799.
I like 799. They're fun. We beat them in Polar all the time.
No, I'm saying they got 799 in Frenzy. Or in GC, I'm sorry, not Frenzy.
Who does?
Freaking 785.
Oh, yeah, that ought to be interesting because, hey, Ducky that dude, he's probably, I haven't played 785, keep that in mind, but for all the people I've ever played in any event, he is the most / biggest spender I've ever seen in any event where he'll just spend the whole entire event. Never seen anybody. And it ain't just one. I faced him in Polar probably 4 or 5 times now, and every time he's the massive spender. It's insane. And I don't care what spender's in there. I've just seen him outspend everybody. It's insane.
You should just wait till 904 catches up. You want to talk about a fucking whale nation?
I don't know, man. We were talking. We had a big ordeal with GCs, and we think the mergers are going to go different directions now. We have some reasoning and thoughts behind it, so it should be interesting.
Well,
why don't we do it? Why don't we just band together and create a nation of fucking old experienced players?
Well, they did. 621 did that. Where do you think? Why do you think 621 is so strong? It's because they did exactly what you said. They went around and recruited all the ex-whales or got whales that quit to come back and buy the nation, or not buy, but take over accounts for people.
Exchange.
And that's how they became such a good nation. They've got a lot of experience, a lot of talent, a lot of very smart players. Bird's there now. I mean, they got a lot of super smart, good players.
There's a lot of good.
Big Bird is in there?
Huh?
JT, explain the new perspective on the mergers.
We believe it's going to be balanced based off BP. But the problem is, if you look at all the older nations have been stuck for a while. So they're. I mean, you face a 30. How many? I mean, Woody can attest to this. There's not a whole lot of nations for them to choose. So they're fighting the same ones over and over and over and over and over again.
Hey, Bronx, you want to mute your mic when you're. Because we can hear back.
So we believe that what we've come up with is we believe it's 30 million BP is where the balance is going to be. Now, how far down they're going to go is what we don't know. But we believe, at first I thought we were going to go up. I was thinking we would merge the 5s with the 7s, but it sounds like it's not going to go that way. We think it's going to go the opposite way.
You're talking about like 52 games or 300s or 52.
Yeah, I'm thinking, well, no, I'm not saying this nation 1s. I'm thinking nations 2s, 3s, and 4s are going to get up to 30 million BP somehow, some way. Now, how they come up with that mixture, I don't know, but that's what we believe. We believe they're going to take the 5s and ups and merging them down to get them up to 30 million to compete.
You're talking about globes, not...
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
Well, alliances. No, alliances. Not alliances, sorry, nations.
Nations, yeah.
Yes, but yes, correct. Globes 5 and up. Or 6, 500.
There's going to be a lot of off balance. They got to base it upon.
When you talk about off balance, we're already off balance.
Yeah.
Hey guys, can I
throw it off even more though?
No, I mean I'm not completely disagreeing you, but if that were the case, they wouldn't be putting us in polar with them. They wouldn't be matching us with frenzy with them in events. I mean, look at all the events we do. I mean, we're facing nation 1s, 30s, 50s. I mean, a lot. It's just insane. I mean, Woody, look at what's the oldest nation you fought, Woody, so far?
300.
Twos?
No. Oh, in Frenzy?
Yeah, in anything, in any event.
Or
what's the oldest nation you fought?
Polar Invasion was Nation 1.
See what I'm saying? And people
Nation
have
1.
to take this into the equation. So the theory of it not being matched because of uranium, time, merit, I'm agreeing with all of that. But Camel ain't caring about it, obviously, because they're matching up us against them already.
They're matching, yeah, but they're matching up in polar. They're not they like in triangle war and stuff like that. Like to where they already know before they start the schedule who's going to be in the last 3 or the last fucking finals. Come on, they know that. We know that the second we look at the schedule. Just like GC is posted, we can already look at the schedule. Like, oh yeah, well that's definitely not going to try that GC. This could be a wasted fucking GC. You already know who's going to win. Like last season, we already knew 693 was going to fucking be the winners, so no one really tried.
We put a lot of thought into it, and we believe that's what they're going to do. We shall see.
Hey, Woody.
Yeah.
What do you think my nation is doing wrong, bro? Like, why the fuck are we still stuck without another merger, bro? Like we got to be doing something wrong. It's crazy.
How many farms you got there?
But we've been killing for like the last year. It's 443. I mean,
we're not even talking about killing farms. I'm talking about how many people. How many people's logging in their farms there?
Well, I can't tell you how many people are logging in their farms. We don't have.
You're 443.
Yeah, 443.
I heard that you guys are merging through the grapevine after GC. So there's 4 nations in the 400s that are all getting merged, and there's 2 in the 5s, 2 or 3 in the 5s.
Well, it's 7s.
After GC is getting merged.
What about the 7s? That's all I fucking care about.
I'm only telling you what I heard. I can't go any further.
I know. I already know that we're not getting merged for a while.
Yeah, no. I mean, we were hoping we would get somebody, but not Not happening.
You're not getting someone. You've already got your second merge. You better stop.
Hey, quiet down, man. We're not talking about
tip.
that.
Just a tip. I heard you had the secret beat with the Chinese people and Camel and.
The
So I'm
secret
wondering,
what?
Might want
the
to
secret sauce, like you know the inside scoop.
You might
know
want
the inside scoop.
Recap.
There's a lot of truth in that.
You might want to not go into that.
But we tend not to tell that on the open live.
Yeah,
deal.
you might want to keep that on a DL kind of stuff.
Yeah, we tend not to divulge information that was asked not to be divulged. I would tell you to be respectful and be nice to everybody, and you'd be amazed at what people will tell you. And I'm not referring to me. I'm referring to every nation out there.
I like to eat at Chinese restaurants. Good food.
And I wasn't saying anything bad or anything. I was just saying.
And I didn't say you were. There are a
thought
lot
that you
of
had
people out there that are not very respectful to others. And I would tell you, just as a friend, to be very respectful, be nice, treat them just like they were your family, or you know what I mean. We're all playing the game together as one big happy family. And if the guy who hates you isn't going to give you the information.
Yeah. Of course. Well, I was hoping that you would like me. I was hoping that you would like me and you would tell me if I'm getting merged also after GC.
But you gotta
information I'm asked not to share.
Yeah, Retap, you gotta realize asking him that question live with 70 people watching, 40 people in here, it's no longer a one-on-one conversation. That is like you're exposing it to the entire game. So it's like, because there's gonna be thousands of people to watch this afterwards.
Like I could teach you how to beat the Medici monster, for example. Every hit.
Yeah.
I also learned how to dominate in DOD and triangle.
Why are you teasing me with that?
I learned how to be a king. I learned how to only use 2 accounts in Triangle War and Dot now. Literally, it's amazing, bro. And when I say I learned, we just did it.
I see Lee God entered. Hey, Lee God. Yeah, but Lee God is a monster of all monsters there. He's like one of the top 3 in the entire game. When I say entire game, I mean entire game.
Not too many bigger spenders than him, that's for sure.
And the thing is, he's got more than one city. His baby account, guys. His baby account, he calls it. This fucking thing is stronger than me. Like, that's his baby account.
I prefer to fight that one, though. For the record, I fought both.
No, I agree 100%. 100% on that one.
It's not a baby account. I've been saying this for like 6 months now. It's like a pretty maxed out city. I mean, sure, like maybe the unworldlies aren't like perfect in my mind, but for the most part, I mean, I think the only thing that's left to upgrade is the female level 45 Titan. I think, and it's level 44 now. So it's far from a baby. It just is my second city, I'd like to call it, more so than the baby, because it's caught up,
Your leftovers after dinner?
To the 425 city for sure, or just underneath of it for conversation's sake. So, but yeah, I mean, those are all things, man, that I don't know if you can clear our clan with 2 cities, but good
well, it
luck.
Wouldn't be us. I'm at comparable sizes. Keep that in mind. But 693 just cleared 621 with 2 cities. To give you an example.
Yeah, I mean, if they want to spend like that, it's very possible, man. Like that ain't no cheap feat. It's several $1,000s
I'm not disagreeing with you at all.
head. And
But
like the guy in 495 mental
at the end, neither. You have to spend.
Yeah, I mean that's it's. I mean, I get good scores in my DC and all that, and I've beat the guy plenty of times, and like that's I don't know, it's it's a PvE event, so it's like I don't really care. As long I look at the scores before I go, and I'll base my spending on who is number 2 currently,
Yeah, I agree with
or number 1 currently. So it's like, why spend? Because you can easily blow like 40,000 gold in that thing, man. Like no problem, 50,000 gold. Messing around with Medici, bro. So it's not worth it. In my opinion. I just grab the zombie stuff and the looter stuff, and go on my merry way. And I usually get first just because of my strength, but. You can easily just blow 50,000
What's your
gold.
high zombie, the actual zombie kill in it? Curious. Your highest.
It's in the 90s. I don't remember off the top of my head, but I think it's like 96 or 98, something along those lines.
Jesus Christ.
That's insane.
Just the freaking zombie portion.
Yeah, that's insane.
That's insane.
I've never seen anybody in the 90s. That's insane.
It's not like that anymore because I've kind of remodeled and went a little bit more on the reduction side of things, as opposed to some zombie attack stuff. But long story short is yeah, like I think now I get in like the low 90s, and, I'm referring to my 425 city, but I'm fairly certain that it's 98 at the top because I can't get it now, and I always like think to myself like, oh, like what did I have before that gave me that? And then I realized like I dropped several zombie attacks and things of that nature.
So Liga, what do you think about this new officer that's coming out on the 15th?
I mean, what do I think about it? It sucks,
I mean, no one here knows exactly what she's going to bring.
Yeah, I mean, it's another drill officer. It's another, reduction officer, in my opinion. You might get a melee HP or some melee defense. It's likely a mid-range officer, right? So, like, all those things are gonna, come into play. So I don't know. I know I'm gonna build it because I have to. Am I excited about it? No. It's just another $3,000 that's just gonna go poof, when it releases, and yeah, it is what it is. But the good news is, I've been staring at that empty spot in the drill officer appointment for like a handful of months now. So I knew it was coming. I've kind of been sacking away some stuff. So, it should look good when it does release. I don't know how far I'll be able to get, but I got like 250 of them puzzle pieces. You know what I'm saying?
Jeez, so yeah, you'll be able to 5-star that.
I don't know if I 5-star. I don't know the math on that. Maybe somebody in the chat can tell me.
Actually,
but
if I remember the last officer, you had quite a bit of those purple things, and you went up to what 3.5, 4 stars, 4.5 stars, didn't you? Rated the first
4.5. Yeah. I bought all the available packs for the new officer, whatever that was, and then I used all my puzzle pieces, and I got to like 4.5, I believe.
Yeah, that's what it was, 4.5, and then you were able to. The next time it went on sale, you were able to get the 6-star.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna buy it out for the longevity, just because you got 5 shards to fill. You got unworldlies to. I still buy drill officer packs just because of remodeling and things like that. So, I currently do have a triple S available when I do get a 6-star new officer. So, I'll be able to grab whatever the attack to melee more than likely is what I'll grab.
I'm kind of jealous on that.
First.
I'm kind of jealous on the whole. You have the triple for enough for a triple. Kind of jealous on that one.
Yeah, I'm sitting on like I don't know 1,100 drill officer remodel frags, whatever the fuck you want to call them.
Yeah.
So
those are.
And by the time I get I get a 6-star new officer, I'll probably have 2 of them. I mean, I still buy all the packs because that's where I get my gold from, right? Because I don't have things to upgrade, right? So I don't buy regular packs. I only buy like dailies and
speeds
speeds and dumb stuff like that, right? So, long story short is I buy officer frags to remodel and be in a position
So,
like that.
if there's a melee HP or an attack 2 melee, you would do the attack 2 melee first?
I mean, for me personally, yes, because really nobody has the melee HP that I have anyway. So it would behoove me to grab that first, and then second would be the melee HP. Yeah.
What about for a normal person? What would you say?
For normal, I mean, it would depend, but I would go melee HP if you're not a mid ranger. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Now, with the wording that they gave on here, assault armor and charging, is it possible that this might be like a reduced melee HP?
I mean, who the hell knows? Like I know that a majority of so the drill officers, in my opinion, are reduction officers, right? They're the offset, right, to the war officers, right, for conversation. So like it can only, even if it's not like in the BT or the special skill, like you're gonna get the reduction, in all of the other facets like you have on all the other drill officers. It's just a mix of, and I'm sure if I stared at the other 5 long enough, I could probably tell you, what exact skills are going to come. But it's likely going to be a version of, mid-range and melee HP. And maybe not even melee HP. They might drop it, It might just go mid-range. and give you all the other crapola that they like to give.
Yeah, the stuff that don't mean anything.
I mean, like a Simon, like a Simon officer to me is probably what is going to likely come out with this new officer, because Simon doesn't give a lot of oomph to any mid-range player. And but for me, the reduced defense to melee, man, has been pretty good. I went up against a half. I think it was Dimitri or somebody like that. But when I made that change, I usually died about 120,000 against Dimitri, something along those lines. And this time I died like 106. After the reduced damage to melee to my enemy. So I kind of like that little change so far. So if this officer is similar to Simon in that regard, because again, for me, Simon isn't that beneficial, other than the reductions that are kind of normal. And then, again, I added that defense to melee because, I like to focus on slapping somebody's melee, first, obviously. So
Oh, absolutely.
Gets me into the guts a little bit faster,
Yeah, you take that front line out. It's game over from there on out.
Yeah, I mean, as long as the Titans are still alive, it's pretty tough, man. And that's why I go attack the melee first. With these weird officers. If there's a long range attack, I'm going there first.
Yeah,
I'm just throwing that out there. So if there is an LRA, which is unlikely with the distribution of officers currently, but if there is an LRA, yes, I'll 100% go that route first. But if there's not an LRA, I'm going to go attack the melee. That's me personally.
I'm still kind of disappointed it wasn't a strategy officer, honestly.
I mean, I feel like they got to fill out one thing and then start another. It's just the way Camel does it.
Yeah.
And again, we've been looking at that empty box in the war officers ever since Selena came out. So it's like, all right, they got one more of these drill officers coming, and then we're gonna get a new set of officers, whatever that looks like.
Yeah, a shit ton.
Whoa. So what did you think if these purple officers they upgrade it to where it's gold?
I mean, I don't know. I think we base it off of the other game a little bit. So there's going to be another set of officers before there's gold officers, from what I understand. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, at the end of the day, we all know that Camel's going to continue to give us upgrades, continue to do those things. And, again, I'm going to continue to say, all you newer nations, man, I feel bad for you guys. Like, 950 nation and above, like all you got, it's got to suck, just opening the game and seeing 20,000 officers to upgrade. It's got to suck.
Yeah, knowing the price on them is just ridiculous.
I mean, we've all paid the price, right? It's just a matter of I've been playing the game for 4+ years. You know what I'm saying? So, like, when a new officer comes out, not to say that it doesn't hurt, it hurts, like, because I hate when new officers come out, but it's not as bad as when the new nation gets a new officer and they still have every other officer to upgrade.
No, you're right on that one, because usually when a new officer comes out, the older nations, it's pretty much almost done.
Yeah, you're prepared, or you're close enough, and you can focus on the new officer because pound for pound, the new officer will give you a better stat upgrade usually for the spend, until you get to a certain level where it's kind of equal. But again, usually based off of stats and skills and all of those things. Trying to raise your Selena from level 50 to 55 is. Not as, good as bringing in that same amount of money that it would take you into the new officer. So,
my God, I've been saving this. I'm trying to get it to where I can just go straight to 55, and I'm able to go to 41. But even when, when a new officer comes out.
Wow, you got 3,000? Oh, no, you got 9. Okay. See, I don't know if I'm able to get there. I was just trying to do the math earlier. Oh, I can test it there. That's a good idea. I didn't even think that.
That's what I've been doing, is just testing it here to see.
I'm gonna go. Now I'm gonna go look. Now I'm excited
to see where I'm gonna be able to go. So I'll be able to get to 41. I'll be able to get to 41.
I got a lot more than you got.
Oh yeah, yeah. You could probably go straight to 55, but that's why I've been just doing nothing but hunting monsters.
I mean, I have in 425. I have a level 55 Braveheart, like, as a backup, so I can always drop that fucker.
Yeah, you could.
Let me see. I gotta go to officers.
I'm happy I can teach you something.
Yeah, no, I didn't even think about that, man. That's solid, dude. That's solid. I appreciate that.
Now I wonder if it's gonna be different because it's break because if it's director
Oh yeah,
versus.
dude, I'm in there, bro. I got level 55 with, yeah, and I still got a lot to dump into 6-star.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think.
awesome. I'm happy now.
Oh yeah, and you
I
probably
mean, I
got.
literally have 4,500s, and I have 800,000s and 403,000s.
You know, if it is a drill master, it's gonna cost more to upgrade.
Yeah, slightly, but I think I still have enough. And I used a war officer. I used my Kingsley to tell, so
Yeah,
it
that's
can't
what
be that much
I just did that
more.
too. Matter of fact, I was able to get further on Kingsley to 41 than I was. I believe that I was on the other one on the
Yeah,
directors.
drill masters take more XP to level up than war officers.
Yeah, correct.
Right, but it gets you in a ball.
They
No, it's
definitely
about the
do.
same. It's about the same, but it's still in the ballpark. I mean, it's not like it's not like it's like twice as much. It's still in the ballpark of where you're going to average out at.
I
Like,
question the skill books in reference to the skills. So if I am able to open all the skills, can I max out the 2 skills that are worth the F?
I got.
'Cause one of them is hospital. Usually it's hospital, and
Yeah.
then it's a couple of reductions or whatever.
Well, let's see what I can
Melee
do on
killer, maybe.
see what I can do on this one. I got 676 of these, so I can get it to level 18.
Yeah, I got like 4,000 of those things.
Yeah, show off.
Jesus.
Show off. Jeez. Yeah, but you know what? Like you said, that you just for the gold, just so you can be active and speed around.
Yeah, I mean, I don't buy these. These kind of come organic since the last ones,
Right.
but like at the end of the day, no, I have 2,400. I apologize, but still, that's a lot.
You get a lot done at 2400.
Yeah, and because it was just released, I'm fairly certain the last 2 go rounds for the week, the regular packs, I bought it out. So that'll probably add a few.
Yeah,
Like
absolutely.
today, the gold event's there, and I didn't have much to buy, so I bought all that crap.
Did you get
You know?
Did you get that in the limited time, the gold packs that were there?
I did,
Okay.
yeah.
I wasn't sure if they counted that gold from it into the gold event.
Hey, you guys can shout out Deadpool from 425, Old Kong from 459. If you guys notice, you got your speed packs back in your monthly pack, and it's because we started bitching. That right there.
Oh. Oh, you talking about these right here?
Yeah,
Oh
that's been
yeah.
gone for like the last 2 months, and
Yeah, you're right.
we started bitching, and we got it back this go around. So shout out Deadpool for bringing that to our attention and getting that back on there, because that's a pretty decent value for the monies.
I told Campbell that we need more actual speeds. Like there's of all the events, like if Polar wasn't there and Iron Blood wasn't there, and if it was like how it was 3 years ago, the amount of
I
speeds
mean,
that
you
we
get
have in
plenty
this.
of speed if you buy the Polar and Iron Blood plaques and just don't play them.
Yeah, you don't
You know?
play, but
Yeah,
they,
you got to buy the Iron Blood and the Polar War you got to buy those special packs and the Void War packs, but you can only use them in Void War.
yeah. Unfortunately, unfortunately, yeah, I can't do Iron Blood anymore. I've finally made my mind up. I'm just never gonna do Iron Blood anymore because
I mean, the only time I have fun in Iron Blood is when there's another player like playing cat and mouse, or like whatever that is. And like this past one, I ended up getting first place, and I spent probably a little too much. But me and NKM, the new owner of Pool Rad City over there in 379, him and I were going back and forth like the whole 3 rounds. So it was pretty fun. Whatever. It was fun.
well, I mean, you got to show him up. I mean, he's a new owner. He wanted to fuck around.
I mean, he's had it for a little while. I think for like a month or so. He just whatever, but he's had it for a little while. But it's the first time that him and I had kind of bumped heads or whatever. So it was cool. I had a
So
good time.
let me ask you, because I had you in Triangle War. Were you impressed that I was able to take your mirror out?
I mean, well, no, because
Damn.
I mean,
damn it.
well, you're supposed to.
I know.
You know, like even though I had a gold shield, if you would have clicked the gold item, you know, like you would have smoked me, bro. You know, like I have no doubt in my mind that Woody beats me with a gold item. You know, if I have an orange shield, like I have no doubt in my mind. Like you're similar strength, like, you know, pound for pound, you know, like yes, I beat you, but you know, like with that item on attack, you're winning. You know, like
Oh, you
so.
did more than just beat me, man. You hit me with no lube. Like,
Well, you didn't have an item, you know, but I
Yeah.
still used an item on you, out of, you know, or half my fleet would have been dead. You know.
well, I mean, even back in the, when the CTW first started, I'm seeing 785, and I'm like, yeah, that's not even fucking possible. At that point, I told the alliance, just go as far as you guys want. You know, like don't go fucking spending fucking
Yeah, that's why I
gold
stayed
items.
out of the finals. I think we could have beat 616 if we really had tried, but like that would have been a decent amount of spend.
Yeah.
Because the Biden guy over there, he loves Triangle Wars. You know, he likes to fight. He fights in Void War too, so I don't want to sound like I'm talking shit. But the Biden guy over there in 616, you know, he was doing his thing. The new owner of the Wolf City or whatever, you know, they were doing their thing. And you know, long story short is, I knew if we won, you know, we got to go see Vegas. It's like, nah, man, let's take second place. let's get this silver trophy a little bit easier, or at least a shot at one, and you know, go from there.
Let's go fight Woody. He's a lot easier.
I honestly thought you guys were gonna go to the finals. You know,
with Vegas.
We ran. Okay, so if I would have refilled and I didn't, because I was like working and sleeping, I just didn't have time. We probably would have, but we ended up coming last. So we ran out of oomph. We just ran out. You know how it is. You run out.
I mean, yeah, for sure, man, for sure. I mean, I'm over here like, man, I'm, you know, whatever. We'll talk about it for a second, man. 425 is excited for the semis, man. We're gonna come out there and put our dicks on the table, man, for sure. And so today we're in Elite War with 72.
Okay.
I don't know, and I forget the alliance name, but SOS maybe, or I don't know. Long story short is they're badasses and they're like ranked 25 or something along those lines. And I'm telling the team, like, we're outnumbered. Like, we got like 70. We're not prepared. Like, several of our big guys aren't able to show up for today because it's like a weird time for us. And you know, I'm like, hey guys, like, we're just saving for GC. Like, you know, like, let's just chill. And all the big battles we lost, you know, and then two guys showed up randomly and we're like, fuck this. And we just put the pressure on these guys. And, you know, we had to take them to the wall. We couldn't burn their base. But, you know, it was like, you know, like the fucking Avengers just came out, man. It's like, all right, we're doing our thing. I'm literally telling the chat, save your gold. Don't just walk as one. Who cares if they burn us? Take the free merit.
Right.
Like, that's literally what my chat says. And then, boom, 5 guys speed out. You know, like, I'm like, all right.
All
you know,
right,
like,
I guess we're doing this.
This is what we're doing, you know. Okay. And you know, the good news is you know, everyone kind of knows their place for the most part. So anybody that was moving around has the capability of moving around, if you catch my drift.
Oh yeah.
So you know, yeah, we put some pressure on them. And Needler, I think, is the guy over there.
Yeah.
And that little bastard, man, he's a strong little fucker. And but he didn't have enough of hims, you know. And you know, we got that W, which I was super surprised with at the end. But yeah, we're excited. And I literally said in the chat when it was over, I was like, man, I need that same energy for semis. You know, blah blah blah. We're gonna go out and, you know, do our thing next week. And you know, so we're excited, man. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna show Raz and his nation like what's up. You know, I'm kind of hoping that they don't let Raz in, you know, to Orc, just so we can put a pound town on his alliance. You know, just kind of let Orc do their thing. But I'm sure they're gonna give us a run for our money, man. So
I think that they might just let, combined. I mean, it's semis. I mean, I remember back in 373 for the GC semis and finals, we all combined just, because we know that's the only way we're going to be able to win, or at least come close to winning.
Sure.
So
for sure, it's definitely their
happening.
best bet to combine. But I don't know about the relationships over there anymore. So.
Right. Right. No, you're right. Because there's plenty of nations out there that says, no, we don't even care if we lose. It's not happening. Kind of shit.
Yeah, I
Not
mean,
saying
like,
that's the case,
if
but
you told me that I was in 357 and we're going into semis and I needed to bring in these trolls to win, I'd tell you to eat a big old fucking dingalang. You know,
I do remember.
it just ain't happening.
I do remember back
Raz
in.
isn't a troll like that. Not to call, you know.
Yeah, I remember. I do remember a while ago. He did come in the 357 help you guys out in GC, but I mean, it benefited you guys at that point. It really did.
Yeah, I mean, he was more there for like the commentary, right? Like as a what you do, right? But like that, what's it called? Fuck, man. Um, vet, right? He was
Yeah.
like the doing the YouTube videos, right?
Yeah,
So like
yeah.
that was his primary reason for being there. Was to clout whatever, cover GC finals, da 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 da. But yeah, he 100% helped us, man. I'm not even gonna whatever. Like he was there. I'm sure he spent a couple of bucks in that city to speed around a few times. So shout out for that. We ended up winning that event. I'm fairly certain. So
Yeah, I remember that event. You were up against 373. You guys smoked us. That was actually the last time 373 met 357.
Yeah, I mean that was, but we had the upper hand then. You guys were unmerged. We were freshly merged. Like not to talk shit about 357, but like we had the upper hand. There were a couple of other merged nations, but they weren't prepared like us. Like we knew what time it was and things of that nature. And our biggest competitor was you and Real Young City, Real Young's Nation 367 or whatever that was back in the day.
Fuck, I don't even remember.
I don't remember either. I'm sorry. Shout out, Real Young though. You guys are cool over there. I like those guys.
I don't. Does he even play? Does he even play anymore?
He does. Him and I shoot shit on Discord every so often, but I don't think they're doing much. Apparently, I feel like they're similar to 357.
Gotcha.
That's.
So we have a question in YouTube chat real quick from Babu. Says what is the most important part of the game? Equipment, Titans, warplane, officers, power. What should I focus on? The first thing you should focus on is right here, your equipment. This is your most important. This is your bread and butter in the beginning of the game. And while you're doing that, you want to mess with your officers. Okay, this is your bread and butter of your power, is your officer itself. I wouldn't really, if you're beginning the game, be focused on your Titans or your plane, officers and equipment. Those are the first two things you should be fucking with. Period. Period. Titans come, when you feel more comfortable that you're getting stronger. If that makes sense. But that, I mean, imagine having a pretty, healthy freaking Titan and a healthy plane, and then your officers are shit. I mean,
yeah. I mean, we just talk shit about you.
Yeah. You're the guy that you don't want to be that guy. You don't want to be that guy because then you're gonna play catch up with.
I mean, I got a C41 and 425, man. Guy's strong as all hell because of planes and Titans. Don't get me twisted, but his officer power is like 7 million. And there's a lot of work to be done there, obviously. But long story short is he went the other route, and if he gets attacked, man, he's going to be really upset. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
He's just going to be really upset. And he's about 100 million BP, so he's like prime target area if you catch.
Yeah.
And if he gets attacked, man, he's dead. Like not even a little bit, like he's dead, unless he gets immediate rain with a lot of people. And he's just dead because specifically of that. Those Titans in plane, those big, strong, all that money, those things are going to go poof in the first 15 seconds of battle, more than likely. And you're going to be left with some weak ass officer troops, and it's going to go fast.
So I do want to say one thing for you to watch out for, and I know you ain't got much to watch out for, but the Nation 904. Keep your eye on that nation. Okay, like a couple months from now, just keep your eye on 904.
I mean, there's a lot of nations in from you guys up to like the 950s. There's like a good handful of nations in there that are really doing their thing, man.
Dude, they're beyond us. Like they walked into Ironblood, just fucking put the smack down. Like every single one of their players, whales, I should say whales, are like 17, 1800s, like flat. Like, like wow. Like,
Is that a Chinese nation or is that a regular nation?
it's a regular nation.
That's cool, man. I like that shit, bro. I like that shit.
They got
when you get a powerhouse together and you get the right people together, like, it's fun. It makes the game fun. Like I enjoy 425 not only because of the relationships that I've built there for years now, but we just had a fresh merger who brought in 5, 6, 8 really good cities, a good participation. So like these are now's the time to be alive in 425. 357 not so much, but like I have some great relationships over there. In 357 after this frenzy, we're gonna just go rogue in KTA and do our own thing and burn whoever we want, whenever we want, type deal. And so that'll be our fun because we can't win an event. Everybody wants to do their own thing. Everybody wants to be separated. So cool, that's fine. You guys play your game. We're gonna play ours.
Right. Right. So this is the nation. I know that when you look at this nation right now, you're like, oh, that they're going to be no problem. But what they're doing is they're doing what like older nations are doing. They're actually getting people from other whales to join their nation, and they're phenomenal numbers. Like this guy right here, Cash again, walked in there as 36 less than a month ago. He's 39 now. And
yeah, I mean, and not for nothing, that's something to be worried about as a 900 nation. You got 340s, Cash is going to be a 40 soon if he's already a 39 that quick.
He's going to be a 41. He's going to be a 41 within a month, I guarantee.
Well, yeah, but the cannons and tanks are coming at 40. That's going to be his, whatever. He's going to be a 40 for a month before he's a 41. So, like, he's going to focus whatever. I mean, at the end of the day, 900 nation with that many 40s is something to be looked at, and not for nothing, like the rest of the cities being 36 or better, even in the top 30 there that you kind of just scrolled through, that's a decent little clip there for a 900 nation, if I can, remember correctly.
Oh, absolutely. I think like by time they start meeting us like in Void or whatnot, it might be too late for even our nation to compete. Because they're just growing so fast. And it's not just their city level they're growing. I mean, look at their officers. 13, 12, 9.
Yeah, those guys are doing their thing for sure, man. You can't even hate the player there. But you got to ask yourself, how do they play together? Do they play together? Are they speed attacking? Are they acting like a true bred alliance, focusing on Elite War, Void War, blah, blah, blah. Like, I feel like if you focus on anything else other than those two things, like, like your nation's trash.
So I poured it into Ironblood, right? And within 5 minutes of being there, there was 20 of these fuckers that just hit me all at once. I was like, I'm done. I'm done.
Yeah, but that's different. You got 2 million troops to play with, even though you got 350 million BP. It's such a fucking scam, and it's such a way to make you burn heals and spend dumb things. So, like, but yeah, that's the point of it, is to be able to burn a guy like you that they never could before because of your BP. So it's like, oh, now we make this stupid event so everybody can go spend money on burning Woody, because just trying to burn Woody is going to generate us $5,000, so that works good. And the same thing for Lead Gods and every other whale out there, Marcus Notorious, fucking TB Shade. There's a bazillion of them. Yeah. So like any one of those guys now can be burned in Ironblood and everybody gets to get their rocks off.
Right.
But to do that, it costs you fucking $200.
Facts.
Facts. So it's like not even, it's like stupid. So I don't take any Ironblood, any Triangle War. None of that means anything to me personally, or even my clan. Like, I'm not gonna. Sure, it's cool if we burn you, like, but that's not going on my nation chat. Like. If you pop into my nation on a Void War and I got 70 online and we burn your ass, like, that'll go on my nation chat.
Nation chat, global chat, Facebook.
That'll go there. If we beat the like we did today, these guys in Elite War and we had 88 online and and we ended up winning against these guys who outnumbered us in fleet size and all these things, won all the big battles. but we win. I don't know why, but we won. You know, like that's on my NC. But like, come on, man, like winning in fucking like I don't even put the gifts when I win Iron Blood first place. Like that doesn't even go on my nation chat. It'll go on my nation chat like before semis, is like a gift or whatever. But like I'm not excited to win first place in Iron Blood. You know, it sucks because I know I just lost 200,000 gold and I probably spent $400. You know,
dude, in my nation chat, the only thing literally I don't post anything in my nation chat. Like I learned a very valuable lesson. I posted one thing, and actually, a troll from a completely different nation decided to take a screenshot of it. And, so I don't even post my shit. I don't even post my battle reports anymore. Like,
well, see, I don't mind, because people get my reports anyway because I attack so much.
right.
So, it's not like I hide my stats. Like, I don't care if you scout me, A lot of the times I won't let you scout me just because I don't want you to see my unworldly stats.
Right.
But like other than that, like I don't care if you have my stats. I don't like again people scouting me because of my unworldlies. I think mine are maybe a little bit different than some others.
Well,
But
yes, scouting will show you everything your officers are, your complete setup versus just a report will only show you numbers.
Correct. So like I don't care, and again, I attack so much, so a lot of people have my stats. Even the farmers or the third, fourth alliance, whatever. If they had a fat BP city in there, like I'm sure I attempted to attack it. And you have my stats, so it's nothing to really hide. For me anyway. I use Nation Chat as a place to motivate and things like that. But a lot of times I'm just like you, man. I don't use Nation Chat. But if something's going well, and we have a good Void War and a good reports in Void War, and even some bad ones, but good point wise, I'm cool with all that, man. That's motivating to others, the onlookers, because a lot of guys don't fight in Void War based off of me telling them to shield and get the fuck out of the way, like stop leaking or whatever the case might be. So
It's funny you say that. We have this one city that actually if that bubble drops. If that bubble drops. you know what I'm talking about. If that bubble ever drops, it's done. Like, yeah. Done. But
yeah, you were showing me the last time we were on one of these that you got your eyes on a guy and
the day that bubble drops, he's getting 5, 6, 7 dicks.
Yeah, but he probably deserves it, and those are the things that, are whatever, and even in 425, like I'm sure there's going to be a little bit of a purge after GC, just based off of some of the rankings and the reports that I have from the, last 3 Void Wars that we've had together. After merger, we've had 3 voids now, so it's a good test, it's a good insight of what people are doing, on that particular Sunday.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're able to now start to see exactly who should be in there, who shouldn't be in there, who's active, who's not active, to better mold your nation or your alliance. I mean, like I think.
Well, we're merging up. We're going to be merging up, our alliances for GC as well. I'm sure that's not anything to hide, but we're going to do it a little premature. And in my hope is that people really like it because we'll have a Void War together, as a theoretical super alliance in 425, which we've never really had. We've always had a second alliance in 425, even a third sometimes, but we've always had a second alliance. Mott's been there since the original 425, so we've always had those guys, and we work well together. But it'd be great to get their 25 or so warriors that are very active on Sundays into our clan because just time frames because they're mainly Japanese, so obviously they like to be together and they like all that camaraderie that the Japan people like, but I would love to get those 30 or so warriors over to my place because we share the same time zones for the most part.
I know to come like once we get our second merger. I mean, obviously you got to make room, and for other people that are about to be merged after GC, they have to figure out who are we going to keep, who we're not going to keep. Well, I mean, you got Void War. This is a perfect example of what to look at. Like these guys didn't even participate in Void. The most, that's the one thing that you gotta look forward to. You gotta participate in. They didn't even
Yeah.
participate, so that's.
I mean, if I were you, I wouldn't be showing people that because it'll tell me that you're an easy void ward nation to have 30 guys not show up at all. Like, yeah, I would freak out if that were me. Like if I show you mine, like there might be 6 guys, and I know a reason why each and every one of them weren't there. So like
Well,
that's a no go for me personally, right? Like
I was just trying to
if
show
I
and
shot, if
explain.
I looked at that man, I'd freak out and I would just boot all those guys. I wouldn't necessarily kill them, but they're not going to be hanging out in GFK. And the moment I start booting people, like we got people knocking.
Well,
So
why I was showing that is because I mean, people are wondering, well, how do I boot? I'm friends with this guy. No, this is what you have to do. I mean,
100%,
it
man.
is what it is.
Those contribution rankings now, like we have something a little bit more, whatever tracker wise in 425.
Yeah.
More so than what Camel gives us. But even if I only had what Camel gives us now with rep rankings and with the contribution rankings and in the events that we say are priority, right? For us in 425 GFK, it's Elite War and Void War. These are our 2 priorities. And, we need you to show up for these 2 things. And if you can't, like, we need to know that you're not going to be there prior to not being there, right?
Right.
So if that's the case, like, yeah, we don't do that not show up for Void War thing. Like, even if you show up for 5 minutes, you better go tack a T4 farm or something.
Yeah,
Like
don't be in the bottom of that list.
you better move, buddy. Like it's not okay to lay a goose egg in Void War, man. It's really not. Like for us anyway.
With that being said, I mean there are a few of them, not many of them. There are a few of them that we do tell them stay bubbled, but they have their part. Like they will find cities like super fast, and I mean you say, hey, I need to find a 41, and within like 10 seconds they're already posting a location. Like that's
got it, but they
their
also
gift.
should be prepared for a speed attack that you're doing. I'm assuming,
Correct.
Like, and those are the ones, like, and that's what I look for, right? It's like every Void War, there should be something where everybody should be there, like, or a majority of people should be there, even if you're only there for the one attack. I mean, I say this all the time. GFK has probably 65% free to play players or very, very minimal spenders. Like if I look at the gold buy event right now, like we got 65 people that buy, and if the bottom 20 of those are
500. Yeah, the 500 where they just hunt the monsters. I think League, I got a phone call, but guys, we are literally 3.5 hours in. Well,
if they prepare properly, if they do those things, they can get 3 to 5 speed attacks in, per Void War / Frenzy, depending on how much you spend in Elite War.
Well, I mean,
so
people, all they gotta do, like even free to play players, or they spend, we'll just say $20 a week. The weekly gold, just buy the glitter gold right there. It's like maybe 20, we'll just say 30 tops a week, and you're able to participate in Void or Frenzy in speed. When you're, at any notice, you're able to speed, and you're not spending mega money. You're just, you're participating. You're helping your alliance by just getting that.
And even if you didn't spend that $5, right? Because like in GFK, I say this all the time, especially on. I hate spending other people's money, right? It's just not a thing of mine. And so spend $0, but don't farm. Okay, don't go to the mineral mines, right? Like go to the gold mines, please. Right? Like don't do anything else but show up for all of the free events, whatever they are, right? Your zombie uprise, your whatever you can do to not spend any money to get that 500 gold, 400 gold. You open up all your boxes for the events, right? Like you do those things, and at the end of the week or at the end of the 2 weeks, you 100% have 20 to 30,000 gold that you can be involved in said speed attacks, And for 425, we don't do anything for Frenzy anymore. So we're not even, like they're told to go open their boxes and then shield or not shield. Who cares? Like open all your just drop your shield. We don't care anymore.
So one last thing I want to mention to the people that are trying to get merged. Okay, so before I end it, because I do still need to sleep, is guys, if you're trying to get merged, you really need to think about if your nation is ready to be merged, have an average number. I want to say 33, 34. Top alliance is having that average number. But if you have a lot of resource sellers and a lot of people logging into 20 farms a day, please remember one thing. The algorithm and the system is not recording that this guy has 20 farms. The only what it's recording is that one person, each farm that gets logged into is considered to be one person. So if one person has 50 farms or 20 farms, the system is recording 50 people are logging into your nation. So if you look too active, well, you're probably not going to get merged, and that's like, yeah, I don't know how to explain that any clearer, but that's the easiest way to try to limit your farmers and get those resource sellers. Once you think it's appropriate to get them out of there, then it might be a good time to get them out of there because they got like.
I mean, resource sellers are, like at the end of the day, in my opinion, unless you're a brand new nation, I feel like you're talking to everybody like a nation 1,000 and under. Like, there's resources out there. Just go take them.
Yeah.
Stop being lazy. Like, just stop it. And if you want to get merged, I'm telling you, man, 1,000,000% follow what he's saying. You have to shut down all the other accounts. Only manned accounts that are active, that fight, should be being logged into on a daily basis. Only the leader of other alliances that you want to hold on to for after merger should log into that one city one time every 3 days, I believe it is, before you lose alliance leader, whatever. Yeah. So you got to log in for that one city for to hold that other alliance, whether it's to block buff buildings or to have a farm alliance after merger, whatever it is. Everybody's got alliances that they hold on to for whatever reason. You got one guy who tends each of those, logs into one city. That's it. Everybody else, it's no more logging in. Yeah. You clean them, you set them all to 0. You don't log into them anymore. They're all dead until after merger announcement. Once merger announcement is given, then you can fire them, fuck them puppies back up if you want to. But again, stop being lazy and logging into 1,000,000 cities and doing Medici 14 times and all of that ridiculous things that people do. Just stop doing all of that. Focus on your one city and go steal the resources from the asshats that need to be stolen from.
Yeah.
Because every nation has them. I don't care how peaceful you are. I don't care how many alliances you have. There's an alliance out there with plenty of resources that you can go take it from, and nobody can say anything about it.
Hey, Woody, I got one more question for you, real quick. On if you just got a super alliance recently and you were thinking about trying to get more than one governor, are you able to just take both cities, or would you need to have someone in the second alliance like get governor and then leave alliance and go to the first?
Yeah, they'd have to leave the alliance. You
They would
can't.
have to leave. That's totally not worth it for Elite War ranks. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah, that's. Remember, you guys.
It's totally not. If Elite War is any part of your focus, don't even worry about those stupid governor things unless you're really trying to go crazy one recruit event or something like that. But it really sucks for those events that you need to have time in the alliance on. And I'm only going to assume that it's going to be your big players that are going to be leaving alliance to go steal or whatever said towers. It's really not worth it. But if you want to, just it's cool. Like you can do that. Just to put your dick on the table, do it one time, but like don't make it a thing.
Yeah, I was hoping
I've done that exact thing. I've done that exact thing.
Yeah.
So
appreciate it.
Lead. This is I'm from 904. Can I message you? You just put a lot of information about building up the alliance. Do you mind if I message you to get some tips? That was just a lot. They came in.
Yeah, for sure, brother.
Thank you.
That's a slip from 904. That's the nation I was telling you to keep your eye on. But guys,
solid.
guys, I'm gonna be ending this stream 3.5 hours.